Hey boos, in this video I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good afternoon. So, you see the title. S. Berry is like, I've been waiting to talk about them. Do y'all remember what I said in my last review before I decided to do this one? I literally said that this episode will possibly show the cracks in this perfect connection, this perfect man, this good man. He's a real man. It was going to show the cracks in Huda and Chris's connection. And Huda gave up the cat again. What are the girls? I just hope the girls are learning that when you give up the cat, it does not really solidify anything. Like, if anything, it leaves you more vulnerable and it puts men in this position where they can be detached while you're attached. So, before we get into episode 31, we have to go back. There's some tea that dropped. I don't know if you've seen it, but let's get into it with Sierra. And I said I was going to be done talking about Sierra until the tea that was dropped. You know, once you get outed for racial slurs on social media, people dig, people find information on you. And the information that was found, I am shocked.
I have thought Sierra was on bullshit from day one. And I understood why y'all thought she was cool. I understand.
Can we talk about her now?
Yeah.
Can I talk about her now?
Okay, hit it.
Can I talk about her now?
Sierra's on some bullshit.
No, I'm not going to call you that. I'm not going to call her that.
And I've been doing an investigation on Sierra. I thought about doing a video on her, but I felt like the tone might be a little bit too cunty. So I was like, let me calm down and wait till Monique gets here to calm me down. For those of you who
I wasn't going to calm you down. I'm about to hype you up.
I did a whole investigation on Sierra last night. I fell down a rabbit hole. Sierra is someone who is not just a content creator. She is someone who is very media trained, and 2 years ago was so obsessed with Love Island, her best friend threw her a Love Island themed birthday party. That's how obsessed she is.
Yep.
Then she started making friends with members of the cast, including and Andrea, the bitch from last year, who we all thought was crazy.
Yep.
So you're obsessed with the show to the point where it's the theme of your birthday party. You now start making friends with people who are on the show. Then there was a girl named, what was the girl's name? There was this influencer who got canceled recently for being a racist. She got canceled last summer, and I think I have it on my phone saved. She got canceled for being a racist, and she had a lot of old tweets that said, I don't know why y'all tripping about Trayvon Martin getting shot. That's what he deserves. If he was a white person, we wouldn't even be thinking, we wouldn't even be doing all this. Like, that kind of racist. Like blaming Trayvon Martin for his own murder.
Okay.
This is crazy. I knew she was fake. I was clocking the fakeness. Let me explain. I started clocking the fakeness when she kept downplaying the connection that Nick and Olandria could have had. It was like, remember when I told you, I was like, I think the reason why she's not concerned, or she wasn't concerned, but should have been concerned, about Olandria and Nick's connection, I said that it's because she's a Black woman. And that's the reason why she doesn't feel any type of way, because she assumed that Nick wouldn't be into a Black woman. So with this tea dropping, it's all starting to come full circle. So let's get into it. Let's continue.
Martin was shot in self-defense by George Zimmerman. And I was tweeting that completely misinformed. It's the wrong take, but I was so loud and confident in it in the moment on Twitter, and that's what people were so upset about.
Was there another piece of it that was also like, if he was white, we wouldn't be talking about it?
Yes, I did. I said, I don't think that this would even be a conversation if he were white.
The girl got canceled, went on an apology tour, got slightly uncanceled with an asterisk where now people who don't care about racism are the ones who are following you, and those who do still don't fuck with you. Guess who's her best friend?
Shut the fuck up.
Sierra.
Shut the fuck up.
So now you're obsessed with the show, and you're very good friends with a known racist.
When I tell you I have been gagged, gosh, this is the show that just keeps me gagged. I mean, oh my gosh. It just keeps me gagged. But I told you, I literally said, and people love to gaslight Black women, especially when it comes to being desired more over a non-Black woman. I told you, I could just feel the microaggression through the screen. And my spirit was like, the reason why she's just so nonchalant is because like Olandria couldn't steal my man. And any time that she would talk about somebody coming in to steal her man, it would always be a non-Black woman. So, and let me just keep it real, right? Let me just keep it real. Why would non-Black women not feel like they have a higher level of privilege over us when it comes to desirability? Like, what would keep them exempt from feeling like they have privilege over us when it comes to being desired? Crazy. You know what? This reality show has exposed so much, and I just hope Black women, I hope you really go back, even if you just don't watch the show, but I really hope you go back and you watch my breakdowns, because it's really showing you how people place you in the world, and it's not where you deserve to stay, but how you can move past how people try to place you in the world. Like, seriously, go back to day one when it came to me reacting and reviewing the show, because it really just exposes how women, non-Black women, how they see us when it comes to relationships, romantic relationships with just men in general, where they place us, where they value us when it comes to allyship, sisterhood, girl code. I mean, there's just so much that you can learn. And a lot of times we are gaslit. Like, we are gaslit. We are so gaslit. And it just reminds me of the microaggression that I experienced when I went to Scottsdale, Arizona with Brittany Taylor, and we experienced that at this bar where it was a group of white males that were interested in us. They bought us drinks. Well, they tried to buy us drinks. And they were just talking to us, and how there were a group of non-Black women that came in, and like the way they just inserted themselves when we were trying to just simply have a cordial conversation with the gentlemen that were being very sweet, very nice. They were just being so friendly to us, but it's like they felt so threatened by that. And it was like we felt the tension, we felt the animosity or whatever, but we kind of like gaslit ourselves a little bit because it really wasn't that deep. But now it's like this show really confirmed like what I was experiencing in that moment with Brittany, because I'm just like, am I tripping? Are we tripping? But it was just so crazy. It was like the women were like screaming for their attention, and the whole time it was like 4 or 5 white Caucasian men that were giving us all of this attention. And then it was a group of them, and it was only 2 of us. And it was just like they felt so threatened by that. And to be honest, when I started to feel the microaggression, right, I started looking around in the bar, and this is just a bar that me and Brittany just stumbled into, very random. But when I started looking, I was like, there were nothing but Black women at the bar There was another black woman across the bar from us and another black woman that was across the bar from us. And they were both with white men. And so it was like these group of women that were just so bothered by two women getting all of this attention from five white males, and then there was two other black women that were sitting across from us that were on like this intimate date. And so it was just like they were screaming like, why, like very masculine, because one thing that they don't really discuss is how the privilege that these women carry is it comes with a very masculine undertone, because it was just the way they just interrupted our conversation. I mean, like literally, I saw a woman basically pull Brittany to the side to have a conversation with her, to take her away from the conversation that she was having with the gentleman that was leaning towards her over the bar counter talking to her. Like, it was crazy. I was like, and I'm an observer, so I'm just like really like looking at all of this go down. I'm like, am I tripping? This confirms so much for me. And I'm so glad that I've been vocalizing throughout this entire review. I said, Black women, you are desired. You just need to be open to it. And it's like people are very much threatened. Like they are threatened by your desirability. They're threatened by that. And that's what's so loud. Like even when it comes to the viewership on social media, you have so much colorism and racism online when it comes to how Olandria is being treated, how Shelly's being treated. It's just insane to me. So let's clock it. Let's clock it. So I feel like this gives Black women a higher level of awareness if you really go back and watch all of the reviews all the way through, or even if you just decide to watch the show, whichever. Like I feel like it gives you a higher level of self-awareness, so then you're not gaslighting yourself when it comes to these experiences.
Even after her scandal, the racist girl, goes on and says, yeah, I'm only watching Love Island because one of my best friends Sierra's on it, and now I love the show because of Sierra. Go Sierra.
Love Island is not even comparable, but I started it last night because my friend Sierra is on it and I love it. Like I said, Sierra is my friend from high school and college. I live for her. She was born to be a bombshell. Like, this is exactly what she's supposed to do with her life.
I was like, wait a minute. It's like Candace Owens being best friends with Shelly. I would look at Shelly crazy if Candace Owens was her best friend. Then Sierra has a video she posted that they found of her saying, I'm getting plastic surgery because I don't want to look too chinky.
Well, her Botox thing for the yes.
And then they found another post earlier of her taking a picture of her smiling like, I'm happy, still chinky though. For those who don't know, chinky is a racial slur against the Asian community.
Yes.
So you have some racist leanings.
And she went to Arizona State.
Yeah. And she went to Arizona State where they refused to acknowledge Martin Luther King Day.
And you know what? Let's not sit here and pretend like, does Huda have her issues? Of course she does. Okay, we're gonna get into Huda and her issues, right? But I cannot help but think about how the villa has been so different since Sierra left. And then not only that, why are the girls not like sad about it? When Olandria left the villa, when she left Casa Amor, the girls were in shambles. The girls were in shambles when she left. Why are the girls not in shambles? So, the house is more like peaceful. Of course, Huda has her issues, right? But I can't help but to think like the house has somewhat found like some type of level ground, or I don't know. It's just different. The energy in the home, the energy in the villa is different. Let's just say that. It's just different, right? So, one thing I also noticed too was when Sierra was on the show, she played this peacemaker role between Huda, Shelly, and Olandria. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think.
So you're in a racist environment with racist best friends who've been called out for racism and are covertly trying to saddle up to the producers to be a part of a show that you're currently on, and intentionally, because you studied the show. I've heard from everybody that we have some people that we know that are slightly adjacent to her who are not her friends.
Okay.
They were like, no, Sierra studied the show like an op.
Okay.
And so you know the two pretty black girls are going to be the fan faves. So you intentionally saddle up with the two dark-skinned girls who are bad bitches because you already know the Latinas and the black girls are going to probably be the faves.
Duh.
So now I'm like, girl, you having all those emotionally intelligent conversations with Huda and you being so like, hey guys, I just want you to know that when we sent Hannah home, it's because of X, Y, and Z. And I would like to know, what would you like? It was so diplomatic.
Yeah, no.
It was so put on.
I didn't buy it. Excuse me. Time for you to go, sweetie. They can wake her up the same
Just
way
like
they did
Lisa.
Yulissa. Yep.
And did you hear what you said earlier? And this is something that one of my activist friends pointed out. You said earlier that her...
No. Let's not do that. Context matters. Her best friend, okay, if you're just now entering, her best friend is the R word. Right? She went to a college that does not recognize Martin Luther King. His birthday. Or no, Dr. Martin Luther King Day. I'm sorry. No, it's just come on. Come on. Then another thing too, it's like at first that's how I felt. Like I'm like, I didn't even know that was a racial slur. But it's just her friend, and I'm a best friend. Best friend. And then this is another thing, right? Because the girls be throwing around best friend too loosely for me. But no, her best friend since high school and college. That changes things for me. That does. And then she went to Arizona State. They don't recognize Dr. Martin Luther King Day. I mean, then she wasn't concerned about Olandria and Nick and their connection. She didn't feel any type of way about it because she didn't think that he would be into black girls. I mean, the signs are there, and I'm not gaslighting myself about this one. I'm just not. So I'm not. This changes things for me, like a lot.
And Nick and Iris and TJ would sit around like mom and dad at the country club watching the coons fight.
Yeah.
The fact that as a Puerto Rican Mexican woman, you are finding...
No, honestly, I did not know that word was... I didn't know it had any negative anything. I didn't know it was racial at all, y'all. I'm sorry. In the black culture, like we see that word as exotic in a good way, not like we're making fun of people's eye shapes. Like there are girls that literally do wing eyeliner. I mean, you see Nicki Minaj, like back in her prime, she used to do that wing eyeliner. It was a reason for that. So it was because she would play into that because it was very like attractive. It was part of her image. So no, like the way we look at it in the black community, we don't look at it that way. So that's why I feel like for us it's very shocking because it's like, really? Oh my God, I did not know that. Because to us, it's sexy. Like it's like we try to achieve that look with our eye makeup, or we'll try to play into that look if we do have almond shaped eyes. We don't try to play it down. We try to play up. We try to play up or play into it. So that's what was so shocking for me. But that's just my experience as a black woman. So it's not to knock what Asian people experience or what they go through. I just did not know that. Like this was educational for me. I had no idea. But I've never used it in a derogatory manner or anything like that. I've always used it as like about makeup, like just makeup. I had no idea. I had to look it up and I was like, oh my God, it is. I was shocked. It just threw me off. I was like, wow, it really is. So now I'm like, okay, let me remove that from my vocabulary. I can come up with a better way to describe that look. So I don't know. It's nothing for me. I just didn't know.
Superiority in being accepted by a group of white people who are judging every other person of color. I know what you are.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, let's stand behind Taylor. Do you know why? Because if we do, we just eliminated our competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
that's really what it is.
Stand behind Audrina.
And then it would have been tie. And then they could do, okay, now it's between these two. Now it's just between these two. Taylor would have, that's it. So now it's between these two. But no.
You're an op.
You're an op.
To be a Latin woman with any Mexican heritage, Puerto Rican heritage, any heritage of that sort, understanding how this country has treated those demographics. And to go on such a huge platform whose impact you understand because you've been studying it for years.
Right. It's really not our fight. That's her community's fight. It's really not Black people's fight. So I'm just saying, I'm glad this situation happened because it was educational for me. I didn't know. So I don't need to be caught up in no BS like this. Like, that's crazy. And then to be caught up in it and not know that that's what it was is insane. But just knowing the type of people Sierra hangs out with, I believe she knew. And see, that changes a lot for me for so many different reasons. It changes so much. I believe Sierra knew what she was doing, and I believe Sierra knew when she said it. So, hey.
Point of obsession. And to manifest being in that space and to smile in the face of all these Black women and make them feel safe. To smile in the face of this Palestinian girl and make her feel safe.
Facts. I really think Sierra was the problem with this whole girl code bullshit, because we were blaming Huda, right? But if you have a middleman that has studied the show, that has been PR trained, that has friends that have been on the show, why would she not be sneaky on the show? Why would she not be sneaky? Maybe the animosity that is between Shelly and Olandria is because of Sierra and the things that she was telling them. So we don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what these interviews look like when they come out of the villa, because that's what I'm going to be looking at.
And the entire time, you just want white acceptance. Respectfully, fuck.
And I went to Sierra's like Instagram, and she's right. There's no Black women on there. There are nothing but, non-melanated. There's nothing. There's no. I didn't see any brown girls on there. It was just, you know what I mean. So it's just interesting. All of this is very interesting.
Sierra.
Respectfully, fuck you, girl. Respectfully.
Yeah, like
respectfully.
I already have an issue with Huda, but Sierra was a secret villain that I didn't see coming until I started doing the research.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi.
Sierra. I was not expecting that. But we cannot lie that we have seen a major difference in the villa. So it does. It makes me look at Sierra like, girl, were you the problem? It's crazy. Let's get into this. Okay. So now that I have that in context, like Sierra may have been the reason this whole girl thing, this girl code, this sisterhood thing wasn't working in the house. Because it seems like the girls get along better now. I just got to be honest with you. It does. Huda has her issues. Like, don't get me wrong. She definitely does. However, it does seem like the girls are able to be more cordial. They seem happier. So I don't know. Could it be that they all got what they wanted in the end? It could be. It could be. It could be the edits. It could be. So I'm going to leave room for whatever comes after they leave the villa. I'm going to be open to that, because the interviews to me are going to tell me more than these edits that are being done by producers. So we'll see. Which was why I was so nervous when Olandria was sitting down talking to Huda about her connection with Nick, because I'm like, do not talk to this girl about your connection with Nick. Please don't. Now listen, I have to warn you all that I was out last night and I decided to go out to watch Love is Blind. So you're going to hear background noise. I tried to clean it up a little bit, but it was hard. So if anything, just read the caption if you need to. So I do have the captions on, but it was a little difficult hearing things. So let me know how the sound is on your end.
Situation. Oh yeah, I'm actually happy because it's our second chance at it. Yeah, I truly feel like we can actually explore this connection with a clearer mind. I know we have a great platonic relationship. We did all the groundwork. We have a great bond, a great connection, friend-wise, you know. Yeah. Are you trying to see your guy? Let's hear you. I did kiss him on the first day. Yes, I'm trying.
I just don't understand. Like, it was kind of funny because let me know how the sound is. It was kind of interesting because Huda just couldn't believe that Olandria is attracted to Nick. It's like, are you really, is that typically your type? Are you like attracted to him? And she's like, yes, I'm attracted to him. Yes. Like, I just love how Olandria, it's just like, girl, stop asking me stupid questions. That's the vibe that I got. Like, girl, yes, I'm attracted to him. Yeah. Like, what is the problem?
There's the initial attraction is there, like all that shit is there. So all the groundwork has been planning out since day one, and moments keep leading us back to each other for a reason. It was all there, but we didn't realize it was there. Yeah, I feel like we were both so distracted because obviously we had our own situations at hand. We just kind of like shifted our focus to that. Now it's like,
Oh, damn. Come on now. Hold on. Let me fix it. Somebody said none of this is, it's a reality show. Okay, let me go back.
I was like, yeah, y'all can talk. Exactly. Like a real couple of something. Like for real, for real. Yeah. It's crazy because now Nick and Olandria don't have any distractions.
So this is my thing. When people say that their connection is not real, I just don't understand where people are coming from, because I'm just like, that's some good acting, and I don't feel like Olandria and Nick are good actors. I believe when they left the villa and when Olandria was like, "Get in, Nick," that to me was bad acting. That was bad acting. You could tell that they acted that out. But when it comes to the chemistry on the show, you can't fake that. I'm sorry. And they're not good actors. So honestly, the way Nick was faking it with Sierra, he's not a good actor. Like, at all. He did not like that girl. He did not like that girl. And Taylor's not a good actor because he didn't like Olandria. So I don't know. It's weird when people are like, I don't feel like it's real. Their connection's not real. It's like, how? I could tell when they acting. I can tell when they not. So I don't know. Now when she was saying get in, Nick, that was fake as hell. But the chemistry that they shared between the two of them, I don't think so. Also, Olandria is, she reminds me of myself. It takes her time to process things. So now that they are coupled up, it's like people want her to just jump on this man and just be like fake. She's not fake. She's not going to fake it. Even when she's having this conversation with Huda, she's being so direct. Yes, I'm attracted to him. However, she's still processing this experience. She's still processing her emotions. I think she's also in a state of shock because I think Olandria is used to being let down, or she's used to getting things and then them being like taken, like it's being taken away from her or stripped away from her. I also think that she's not used to getting actually what she asked for. So I think it's something that she's adjusting to, and I think it's going to take time. I don't think that we're going to see this drastic difference between before versus now, because again, this is a woman where it takes time. She really has to warm up to you. She's not just going to be on you like Huda and Amaya. She's not like that. And I feel like girls or people are projecting how they feel like she should be with Nick just because now they can focus on each other. She literally said, the groundwork has been laid. Now I'm willing to give 100%. So we have to wait and see on her time, not our time, not the producer's time, not Nick's time. It's on her time to really put in that work now to meet Nick halfway. And she said that she was going to give him 100%. So we need to wait and see what that 100% looks like, because we know what it looked like with Taylor. So we have something to compare it to. But again, when she got with Taylor, it still wasn't quick like that. That's why I'm like, Olandria, do you like Taylor? Because in the beginning, and then when she felt like it was being taken away from her, that's when she went into overdrive. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I feel like people are being quick to judge, and I'm like, This is literally the first episode where they're officially coupled up and they don't have to hide that they have some feelings or that there is a mutual, I don't know, spark between them. So it's like one of those situations like we just gonna have to wait and see. I feel like it's too soon to tell. People are saying, "Oh, I don't feel like she's really into him." You got to understand the type of woman Olandria is. If she wasn't into this man, she would not give him the time nor the day. You saw how she treated Jalen. She didn't give that man the time nor the day. Olandria is giving this man the time of the day. She likes the man. Okay, you got to know the type of woman you're dealing with. She's not clingy. I don't know what else to say.
And can just focus on their connection without any regrets. I'm excited for them. I can't wait to see it. I think this is gonna be fun to watch.
Goodness, this conversation. I'm excited too, but girl, my damn journey's been like this. I never had a small weekend.
And because her journey has been like this, it's gonna take her time to like process this journey she's been on. Is it safe now? Because you got to understand, before she was giving her feelings to a man, it was safe. So I feel like it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time.
I love it. I actually love it.
And you know, it's crazy. Don't cancel me, but I think Huda is genuinely happy for her because Nick is not a man that she wants or is attracted to. I think she's genuinely happy. I do. This part right here. Hold on.
Too, but girl, my damn journey's been like this.
Hold on. Yeah. I think she's genuinely happy for her. Because Nick is not a guy that she wants. She doesn't find him attractive at all. That's why she always would go and have chats with him, because she saw him as like a brother friend type thing. I'm just saying. So I think Huda is genuinely happy for her. So.
Century coupling with spray.
I felt like this episode was hilarious. Finally, we are being entertained. I felt like this episode was hilarious. Honestly, I feel like there should be classes that you can take when this should be like a date that you go on with someone that you were seriously pursuing. This should be like a date where y'all take on a child and really see how they respond. Because I got to be honest with you, I am shocked. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. I think Brian, he went on me. And I don't know, I'm very protective of Amaya. Like, I'm so protective because I'm like, get away from her. You know, like, I'm very protective of Amaya. So I'm just like, are you genuine? Because if you're not genuine, get away from her. Like, get the fuck away from her. I'm one of them type of people. This episode really like changed my mind about Brian. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I was like, oh, he seems like he's really into her. I don't know. One thing that I noticed about him is his calmness. And I feel like his calmness is the balance to her crazy. And I feel like it works for them. So I don't know. People are saying they still don't trust Amaya. Me too. Like, I still got I'm still checking them, you know, but I don't know. I felt like the time for him to fold would have been this episode because of the child situation. But I don't know. It seems like he really does like her, but we'll see. I think another reason that it kind of comes across untrustworthy on his part was because of the voting. So I don't know. But then again, he was in position to be eliminated. So I don't know. But was he in that position to be eliminated and he felt like this is my last chance to get Amaya? Or was it just strictly because he was being eliminated? I don't know. We'll see.
I was leaving the guys from the babies alone.
But I will say that if he's not being genuine, that's some good acting. And you know, these men out here that be playing games with women and stuff, they could win Oscars. I've said that. I've literally said that they could win out Oscars. So is Brian just an Oscar worthy player? Cause he could win an Oscar, seriously. And we know how these men like to play games. So
like, we finna come up with some shit. Hey, honey. How y'all doing?
one thing that I also loved about the show is how the women were hands off. I loved how the girls were getting ready and they were looking outside the makeup room, not going downstairs. Like, okay. That was my favorite part. Like, I think Shelly was standing on top of a chair, like looking outside. Yeah, I ain't going out there. Did anybody catch how Clark, she never touched that baby? Clark didn't want nothing to do with that baby. That was Taylor's child. That was not Clark's child. Clark did not want anything to do with that baby. I'm like, I don't even think we saw her hold the baby at all. She didn't want nothing to do with that baby. It reminded me of watching Nelly and Ashanti's reality show. She did not pick up that baby not one time. Like, that was Taylor. Taylor was a single dad. That was for sure. Also, do you think Iris and Pepe's connection is just physical? She gave up the cat too. And I'm like, damn.
Go, let's go quiet. Make something get caught. Somebody with a same. Be a champion.
Let me see. This conversation that Ace had with Nick was interesting. Nick was cracking me up.
Taking super baby steps. Get into bed and I'm like, I just started like mad color. Yeah.
Okay, so Nick is expressing to Ace that him and Olandria cuddled, and he's saying, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold off. What do you mean? I don't understand. Nick, chill. You got her in your bed. Okay, back up. Get off of her. If you can't handle yourself, you don't have no sexual discipline, then back the hell up. Okay? But the reason why I'm pointing this out is because Nick and Olandria cuddled that night, and he was basically saying she backed it up on her butt onto me, and I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to, like, how I'm gonna be able to handle that. So I'm cracking up. But the reason why I want to point this out is another thing that I think about Olandria is that I think Olandria doesn't want to put certain things on camera. My girl is smart. So everybody trying to clock her, trying to measure her temperature when it comes to this connection with Nick. And we're hearing a totally different kind of conversation that Nick is having with Ace. So I'm clocking that too. I'm clocking that. Like, she doesn't want to do too much on camera, and I respect that as well. But I was also cracking up at the fact that this man is saying, there's a burning sensation in my chest. Like, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to handle all of this.
She like, backed up into me and I started getting like this really like fiery feeling in my chest.
Like, I started getting this fiery feeling in my chest. It was the way he said it. I was like, simmer down, my boy, simmer down. Like, seriously, relax. Hold on, this shit is funny as hell. Hold on. Let me go back because that is hilarious.
I started getting like this really like fiery feeling in my chest. Like flutters in all parts of my body. I'd never felt like that with her before. I was like, damn, if she doesn't stop right now, I'm like.
Now, what man in the house is talking like this about a woman? Pepe is not talk. He didn't talk like this about Hannah. He said, yeah, there probably is 1,000 annoying things that you do, but it doesn't mean that I don't. It does. I don't still like you. Like, I'm not still into you. Then with Pepe, it just seems like he has this physical attraction with Iris. This man is talking about how he's having a burning, fiery sensation in his chest, flutters in his body that he cannot explain. Who is in the house describing a cuddle? Just a cuddle. Okay, just a cuddle. When he talked about Sierra throwing that cat on him, he was like, it was like 45 seconds. Like, okay, 45 seconds, like it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but it was like he really didn't say. But just a cuddle, and you're over here like, oh my god, I have this fiery feeling in my chest. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. And hold on, this is not something my daughter should be doing. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, the sun can hear me.
Ace is hilarious.
She was so good again. Yes. Yes. And I was like, that was a crazy one. So you're open to it? Yes. Now we have a child together. Now you have a child.
You know what's crazy too? Ace is very happy. Ace is very happy for Nick as well. It seems like everybody is happy for them.
Save you myself.
Already attracted to Nick, so seeing him today in dad mode kind of made him a little more attractive, I'm not gonna lie. The way he always catered to my needs or Marcel's needs without me even asking.
Y'all, this was clutch. This was clutch. Did y'all hear what Olandria said? She's like, the way he catered to my needs and Marcel's needs, not gonna lie, it made him more attractive. Oh my God. I just love how Black women were able to see the parallels in experiences when it comes to Taylor and then when it comes to Nick. Sis, do you not see that? Do you not see how Taylor was treating Olandria and how Nick treats Olandria? It's definitely giving soft life. It's definitely giving soft life. I love how Black women were able to see that. Seriously.
More attractive, I'm not gonna lie. The way he always catered to my needs or Marcel's needs without me even asking, without me to kind of let go of the wheel a little bit. He did amazing. I don't know. It was so cute. It was so cute.
And I don't think that Olandria has ever had that experience where she could just let go and a man actually just take over and just take control. And I love this for her. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this is what I wanted to see. He definitely caters to her every freaking need. And we've witnessed that. We've witnessed that. We've been witnessing that when they were just friends.
I swear, he looks like he's got more tired throughout the day.
Marcel.
I like his name, too. You like it?
It's part of you.
Of course he's smooth. Look at his eyes. Look at his, he has a good sense of humor. He comes from his dad. And his mom. And his mom.
Such a good thing.
One of a kind. It gets me every time. Happy to not be a mother anymore.
What is that to say? What is that to say? I'm starting to like it.
Also, another thing that I'm watching on social media is Olandria is a Black woman. She is a dark-skinned Black woman. And she is being pursued romantically. And it has non-Black women in shambles. Can we talk about that? Like, can we talk about how it is really bothering women? I'm in the Facebook group on what is it called? I forget the name of it. But if you're in this Facebook group that talks about these reality love shows, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you see the post from non-Black women when it comes to Nick and Olandria, it is jealousy. It is pure jealousy. They cannot, and you got to understand too, Nick was the white male in the house that all of the girls wanted. And she was the one that he wanted. And it really is fucking bothering them. It's disgusting. Like the shit I've seen in that group and the shit that they have allowed in that group. The only reason I'm still in there at this point is just so I can come and do my commentary. But it's like really, really crazy. It's really crazy how disgusting some of those comments in those posts have been, and even the admins have allowed them to like post it. It's crazy to me. I'm like, but it's nothing but jealousy. Like they cannot stand witnessing this woman get treated like this woman get the guy that they probably wanted Sierra to have, or a non-black woman to have. And the whole time, like, he's wanted her since day one. And it's like they can't handle it. They can't handle watching it. It like makes them very uncomfortable. And it's nothing but jealousy. And it's also racism as well. It's crazy.
Yeah. I took today as like such a reality.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it.
Aww.
I'm looking forward to
Really?
Yeah. No, it's just exciting. To have like a little life with them. I think before this, I seriously was like looking on ChatGPT on how to adopt a child.
No way.
It's like a single.
What?
Yeah. Just because I was so.
You really do that?
It was a thought in my head.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to.
And then another thing too is like it's so obvious because the women on social media are like nitpicking every little thing they do now. Like, oh, he doesn't like her like that. Oh, he's da da da. Oh, it's da da da. And it's just like, are you okay? Because I feel like you're being a little delusional, like, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Like negging. And I'm just like, girl, relax. Just relax. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you for bringing this up. Yes. Mm. It's just like Meghan Markle and Harry. Yep. Crazy. I'm just like, damn. Like, wow. It's disgusting.
A travel buddy to take everywhere.
I love
Explore
that.
the world, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want for my son or daughter as well. So what my parents did for me was like,
And you know what else? I wanted to point this out. So you know how Olandria, she wanted a country boy really, really bad. Like she wanted a country boy that was her type. And Nick is not a country boy. He's not. He is the opposite of that. But in a good way. Because even though she did not get a country boy, she got a adventurous boy. And I hope she understands that because I know she wanted, the whole countryside, countryman type of guy, but she got this instead. And I feel like this is even better because he's always traveling. That's why he's always talking about traveling. Look at this man staying out there in a tent. That's what he be doing. His whole life is just traveling. So she didn't get the country, she didn't get the southern guy, she didn't get the country guy, but she got a guy that likes adventure. And I feel like sometimes the things that you ask for, you can receive them, but it may not be in the way that you're asking. And I feel like this is pretty country to me. I mean, it's outside. He's southern. I think her southern type is like black southern, like cowboy. He's southern, but I don't feel like he's cowboy southern. He's from Florida. So she has some of it, but he's not cowboy, but he is an outdoorsy type of person. That's what I'm saying. So he's just not a cowboy. So let me continue. It's kind of crazy. Okay.
I just made that for me. Yeah, they took me traveling, like, showed me the world. So,
I love that. Where?
Thailand and like.
Really? I love Thailand. I went there last year for my birthday.
Really? Dang, I don't know that.
Yeah, I did.
That's cool. Thank you for giving me a piece of like home.
Aww, that's so sweet. Thank you, Pooh.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me a piece of home. The way this man compliments her, and I don't feel like it's a fetish. I don't feel like it's a fetish because all of his compliments doesn't always have to do with like how she looks. Thank you for giving me a piece of home while I've been here. And another thing that I want to talk about too, let me see, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Black women have been villainized this entire season for little to nothing. The grace that all the other women are given is not the grace that Black women are ever given. Ever. Like, we are never given the same grace that these other women get. And all we had was a disagreement. All we did was defend ourselves, right? And these women have contributed to this villa in ways that other women could not contribute to the villa. Like, let's be real. He's thanking her for giving him a piece of home. That is not something that you can easily find in just anyone. And so we saw how Shelly has been there for the girls. We have seen how Olandria has been there for the entire villa. Even Austin, which was why I understood why she stood behind him at that elimination. But it's crazy how they're mean girls. How can these women be mean girls? They're not controlling. One thing I noticed about mean girls, if you want to spot a mean girl easily, they have control issues. Huda. They have major control issues. They try to control everyone around them. They try to control situations around them or that situations that they're in. And they try to control how others view other people or situations. They're very controlling. Shelly doesn't give me controlling, and neither does Olandria. They give patience, they give grace, they give love, they give support, they give care, they give understanding, they give reassurance. I could go on and on and on how they really contributed to this villa experience for the other castmates. Seriously. So mean girl where? Like, mean girl where? They're not mean. And when it comes to the other castmates, the first people that they run to is either Shelly and Olandria. And to be honest, it's Olandria the most. And then the fact that Nick said, "Thank you for giving me a piece of home while you're here," tells me the type of woman Olandria is and how she carries herself and how she easily nurtures those around her. So it's just crazy. But mean is insane. Is insane. You think she's mean or you think they're mean because they're Black. That's it. They're Black. And you are bothered by their Blackness. It's not their personality. It's not their attitude. It's not how they carry themselves. It's because they're Black. And I just wish people would just be more honest about it. Like, just say you don't like them because they're Black instead of creating these delusional ass reasons in your mind why you don't like them. Just say they're Black. Because none of the castmates in the house that they've actually had experiences with think that they're mean. They have nothing but great things to say about them. But when it comes to Huda, that's not the case.
Thank you for being a good mother to Marcel today. I love like the little talks that we have after that. Clearly, Chris.
Outside, does it look natural? Okay, good. And it's, well, I mean, we have to give you details.
I love Amanda.
I love how Shelly is there supporting her. Just being a support. And Olandria needed that because I feel like Olandria is stepping outside of her comfort zone. The reason why I'm wanting to bring this up is because if you have a friend that's stepping outside of her comfort zone, right? And sometimes when we step outside of our comfort zone, when we first decide to do it, right? And we're having our first experience with really stepping outside of our comfort zone, we do need that reassurance. We do need that support from our friend. We do. In a healthy way, not like enabling, BS or anything like that. But we really do need our friends' support. And I love how Shelly gave her that reassurance because this is new for Olandria. This is different for her. And I'm pretty sure it makes her nervous at times. She probably second guesses herself at times and things like that. She may even second guess this whole connection. And I just love how the reason why she was asking Shelly, does it look natural, is because she wants to, she does, it doesn't feel natural to her because it's outside of her comfort zone. And see, a lot of people only go towards what feels natural because that's in your comfort zone. So she knows that her experience has been great and it's been wonderful, but she's like, does it look natural? Because to her, it's very unfamiliar. Yet people wanted to take that part that she said, does it look natural, and take it completely out of context. If you are ever the type of person where you step outside of your comfort zone, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel uneasy. it's not going to feel comfortable at all because you're not used to it. You've never done this before. So that uneasy feeling that you get, it's very normal. So you need to make sure that you have a good support system around you if you're going to be out here stepping outside of your comfort zone. So always think about that. I hate when people take things out of context, and I knew exactly what she meant when she said it. Because if you've ever been the type of person where you step outside of your comfort zone, that shit be feeling so weird. Like, it feels so weird. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're not doing something right. And it's simply because you just need to give yourself time to adjust. And that's what I got from this comment. It's like, okay, Olandria needs time to adjust. She needs time to find her bearings. She needs time to get comfortable in this new space that she's in. So I'm not going to clock her when it comes to like the awkwardness that she has shown in this episode. I'm really ready to see her grow and see her at the end of all of this, because this was quite a roller coaster ride for her when it comes to Love Island. So I'm still going to give her the space and the grace to really, truly take on this experience because it's out of her comfort zone.
And you guys' loyalty both is deep. So that's why I think this is like a really good. It's interesting. So are you gonna pursue it? I am pursuing it. Like that's what I wanted out of this whole experience. So that's why I'm gonna chase. I'm definitely in the right.
Did you hear what this man said? He said he was going to chase. Sierra really played herself. Oh my God. He said, I'm going to chase. That's what I be trying to tell the girls. I'm like, if the man don't chase you, he don't like you. Period. If he don't like you like that. And now that during their conversation that they had, their sit down, she literally said, I'm gonna give this 100%. That's all he needed to hear. Because now he's gonna chase her down. So it's crazy. We've seen Iris give up the cat. We've seen Huda give up the cat. We've seen Hannah give up the cat. We've seen who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. We've just seen all of these women give up the cat, and it's like Olandria and Shelly have not given up the cat, and they've been chased this whole time. And the other women have not been chased because they have not given men to chase. They haven't given men anything to chase. So let that be a lesson to the girls that think just throwing the cat and just giving it to him, that's gonna get him to want you to desire you more. No, like a lot of these men like the chase. They like chasing you. But you also got to know when to, like, not play games. And this is why we're going to get into my girl, Shelly. I told you I love Shelly. I love Shelly. I love how Shelly moves. Because when she went on that date with Ace, she knew what she was doing. She was like, all right, I've been playing games. I need to chill out. Let me do something nice. Shelly is smart. Shelly, that is my girl. Shelly is that girl. And I be seeing how she be moving. I'm like, okay. The whole date that she planned, that was on purpose. That was on purpose. She knew what she was doing.
Actually, I'm just like this. I'm happy for you. I don't do it. I just have to.
What I've learned in this process, you have to be selfish. I struggle with that so much. And
This was the highlight of the show for me. I felt like a proud big sis, y'all, because I'm like, I've been saying, I'm like, Black women need to be more selfish. If Black women would just be more selfish, oh my God, they would be just so much happier in life. It finally hit Olandria that I just needed to be more selfish. Y'all, when I tell you, I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is what I was talking about. But I couldn't get too loud because I was out in public. But y'all, I wanted to scream like, thank you, God. She got it. So let me play it here. And she said that she struggles with being selfish. A lot of Black women struggle with being selfish.
I just have to.
what I've learned in this process, you have to be selfish. I struggle with that so much. And I truly felt like me picking me last night was the first time that I found to put myself first without considering anybody else. Whether that was a friend, actually, anybody else. It was just for me. So as selfish as that was last night, I felt good.
Yeah, right behind you.
He said, as selfish as it was last night, it felt good. I when I tell you, I was grinning from ear to y'all. I went to bed like, yes, she gets it. I felt so proud of her. I'm like, yes. So I need the girls to get it. I need you to get it. I need to get it. I need you to watch the show. Okay? I need you to watch the show so you can see her journey on the show. I really do. I need you to go watch the show. I need all black women to go watch the show. I need you to watch it because she was selfish. And you know what? You know what I think did it? Remember when I was like, y'all want to be mad at Taylor for what he said, but I really think it woke Olandria the fuck up. Like it should have woke you up. But if you wanted to get offended by what he was saying because it was too real for you, then you miss your blessing. But Olandria did not miss her blessing. She didn't. She heard what that man said. She probably thought about it, reflected on it, and was like, you know what? I'm going to be selfish. So do you think Olandria would have sat here and she was like, you know what? I struggle with being selfish, but then not take into account what Taylor told her? I'm so grateful for Taylor and what he decided to do in that moment because now she's like, okay, I'm gonna be selfish. He fed her ego in a way that she needed. So, like, one thing I noticed about Olandria is she tends to be a little ego driven, especially when it comes to like love and relationships and things like that. And so he fed her ego by triggering it. So now it like it like a switch went off where she was like, I'm gonna be selfish. So thank you, Taylor. Thank you for being honest with her finally. Because you could have been honest with her, I don't know how many episodes ago. But thank you for being honest with her because now this is where she's sitting. She's sitting in the winning position. And I want ladies to understand that when you handle rejection in a healthy way, and I feel like Olandria is handling it in a healthy way, she's now moving forward and she's doing what is truly best for her. So I hope more women understand that because if she wouldn't have been rejected in this way, she probably wouldn't be sitting here talking about it felt so good to be selfish and choose myself. So not every negative experience is truly there to hurt you. It's all about perspective. And I like the perspective that Olandria decided to take on instead of taking on this victimhood mindset like Huda does. She decided to allow it to fuel her and move forward and be a little more selfish. She put herself first and now she's sitting pretty. She's sitting real pretty. I need the girls to understand that rejection is not always to hurt you or to bring you down. Sometimes it's to uplift you. It's the constructive criticism or experience that you needed in order to really put you in a better position. But you got to look at it that way.
I will support these sports men. Right, so that means the most of this is tonight, whether I have my Shelly B's approval.
I can't help but feel like this is meant to happen. So I'm really excited for her. I'm so happy for her, especially since she's happy. That's what makes me happy. So it's like, love that. But basically, I've been keeping this date for Ace, and I'm doing s'mores on the fire. Oh, yeah.
Now, why is Shelly doing s'mores at the fire pit? Why would she do s'mores at the fire pit? Ace is supposed to be chasing her. Ace is supposed to be doing this, and Ace is supposed to be doing that. It's because Shelly knows she took it too far. She's like, all right, I've been, doing this tit for tat with him. We've been going back and forth. I gotta show him I'm interested. See, this is where women lose a lot of times. It's like this man is chasing you down and you don't know when to stop. You don't know when to actually give in. Shelly is doing this s'mores at the fire pit because now she has to show, all right, it's not just you. I'm in this with you too. Meaning I see that you've invested, right? And so she's like, okay, let me show that I'm invested into you. That's what this is. But on social media, she would be called a pick me. Right? Because you're not supposed to do nothing for a man. That's crazy. How is a man supposed to know that you like him back, sis? So Shelly is a very smart girl. She knows how to play her cards right. And I really like how she handled herself with this whole dating experience. But I need the girls to understand that Ace showed investment first. He chased her first. He led with this. She is now matching him. She is now returning. And it's just a little bit. It's not like a lot. Like, this is not grand, right? But she put a lot of thought into it. And so she's doing something nice for Ace. And so this is what she came up with. So this was, to me, healthy. It was balanced. It was give and take. And a lot of women don't talk about how, okay, you're receiving, but you also have to give too. And it doesn't have to be as grand as men and what they do when it comes to chasing you down, but it needs to be something. It could be so small. And I felt like this was intimate. This was special. This was thoughtful. It was enough. She didn't buy him a car. She didn't buy him shoes and jewelry and all of this shit. She did something very small. She put a lot of thought into it. She made him feel special. That's what it was really about. It was about making him feel special, making him feel desired and wanted. Men need that reassurance as well. It's the level of reassurance it gives Ace. Because I think that's part of why they weren't seeing eye to eye. They weren't really seeing eye to eye because, well, Ace was like, well, I've been chasing you and I've been putting all this work. And I'm just like, I feel like you're still kind of like not showing me that you want me just as much as I want you. And I feel like this is why she decided to do the s'mores at the fire pit. She's a very smart girl. She realized that their connection wasn't quite balanced. And so when she did the s'more date, it's now back in balance and it's back in sync. And as a woman, one thing I noticed about Shelly, she's very into her feminine energy, and she knows how to receive really well, but she also knows she knows when to give, and she knows not to overgive, but to give. And I like that about her. She's very smart. And the girls, y'all keep trying to hate on Shelly when it comes to this show, but it's like you could really learn a lot from her and how she moves and how she does things. So the hate is weird. Honestly, y'all can learn a lot from Olandria and Shelly. Seriously.
We can go over to your kitchen and figure out the rest of the steps. I had something planned for Ace, and I couldn't have done it with nobody other than Olandria. That is my girl, my go-to, my everything. So it's like, no questions asked. She's like, what do you need? I think these are planned.
I can lie. My job is really easy.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. 726. Hold on. We're gonna get into how Chris is a dusty. Ooh, let me go back to Ace real quick though.
I go out of this. I really want to stop. Things just never happen.
Now listen, ladies, another thing that I wanted to point out too. It's about her being thoughtful, not grand. See, a lot of women feel like you have to be grand. No, you just have to be thoughtful. Because you can easily emasculate a man when you are grand. You can be feminine by being thoughtful. So it's about listening to him. Like, what is he into? What is he like? What does he talk a lot about? Like, just be thoughtful, not grand. Grand is very masculine. Thoughtful is very feminine. And I need the girls to understand that because Shelly understands that. She's a very feminine woman. She conducts herself and carries herself a certain type of way. So because of that, she was like, okay, let me be thoughtful, not grand. Because if I'm grand, then I'm trying to outshine his role. But if I'm thoughtful, then I'm still playing my role as the feminine in this connection. And I'm just going to put a lot of effort, right? And I'm going to put a lot of thought into it. So it's not really about how much money or anything like that. It's about, just what he likes, what he's into, his personality, things that he's shown interest in. But it just needs to be, the center of it just needs to be thoughtful. It's not about money. It's not all about that. It's just be thoughtful. That's it. And I know sometimes men, I don't know, men, it's like sometimes when you're trying to be thoughtful for them, sometimes I feel like men are the hardest gift givers, or it's hard to be thoughtful with them because they don't really express themselves that much. But one thing I have learned is that when you share intimate spaces with them, they tend to be a little more expressive. So you just have to pay attention to the little things that they say, the little things that they do, and you'll get more information on how you can be thoughtful.
Really? Wow, that makes me so happy.
I was home a lot. This brought me back to like a childhood memory. Like, me, my mom, and my brother.
Okay, what the hell? 1533. Hold on, let me hold on.
I felt like life was, it couldn't get any better. So it brought me back to that childhood place.
So she did something thoughtful, just thoughtful, not grand, not expensive. She did something thoughtful that reminded him of his childhood. That's it. That's all. It's very simple.
I'm very, very careful about who I give my affection to. It takes me time to get to that point. And now that I've got to that point with Shelly, little dates like this, people want to go 10 times harder for me, let down everything and just say, fuck it, I want to just give you everything I have. That's the best feeling in the world. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Thank you for the super chat. That is so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so I thought that was thoughtful. I feel like I like their conflict to resolution. They had a little conflict there, which is it's normal in a relationship. It's normal in a connection. But I like how they both met in the middle. They both met in the middle. Um, and I felt like Shelly knew what she was doing when she did this because she was like, all right, let me show him that I'm into him and he's not in this by himself. And so she just decided to do that. And I really like that about her. Like Shelly knows how to play her cards. Okay. Since I'm down here, do y'all think this whole relationship with Pepe, do y'all think that this is just physical? What is it about Pepe where the girls just they man go home and I swear the next day he getting the draws, he getting the panties. Hey, what is there something down there that we don't see, sir? Because I swear he doesn't really give us much. We don't really. He's so like chill and laid back, like he doesn't really give us much. So I'm just like, is there something in your pants that we just don't understand? It's something down there. Because this is the second girl he done did this with. This is the second girl. I'm like, why is nobody peeping how player Pepe is? Because I'm just like, how did you get Iris to take off the panties? I'm confused. I just don't get it. And then his name Pepe, so I'm just like, Pepe. Maybe we need to call him Big Pepe. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Big Pepe. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm like, damn, you got Iris too? Whew, that's crazy. TJ, and then the reason why I'm saying this is because I felt like Iris had a more emotional connection with TJ. The physical attraction was definitely there, but I felt like she had a more intimate and emotional connection with TJ. Whereas Pepe, it just seems like it's just physical between them. So I don't know. Oh, is it the third? It's the third girl? Did he sleep with Grayson? I don't. That's what I'm like. I don't know if he slept with Grayson or not. Is it the third girl? See, I didn't think he slept with Grayson, but I could be wrong. I thought he just slept with Hannah and clearly Iris now, but did he sleep with Grayson? That's what I'm like, did he? I didn't think he did. I didn't think he slept with Grayson. That's why I'm just like, Pepe asks how Brian looks, if that makes sense. Let me come back. I'm gonna come back to Amaya. Okay. But we gotta go back to Huda. This is when I told y'all this man was dusty. And there was a girl in my chat from yesterday. Her name was Brooke, and she was talking about it. Y'all are jealous. Y'all are jealous. This man is dusty as hell. The only thing that he will be good for is to make you a baby mama if that is what your goal is in life. That's it. To make you a single mother. That's the only thing he can do. He can't do anything else. And do you see his mindset? Like his mindset gives baby daddy. Look at this.
Already among us, so I just let her do her thing, man. Because I clock in when I need to clock in. Clock in, clock out. Clock in, clock out.
I woke up this.
Clock in and clock out. That's what baby daddy say. That's how baby daddies live. They clock in and that's a major red flag. Like Huda, come on, girl. Come on, girl. And I can't believe, like, to be honest, I'm on her side because I feel he's so bummy to me. Like, I know, like, Huda get on my damn nerves, but like, I'm a woman. You know what I mean? So it's just like, girl, the fuck? Like, get the hell away from him. And you slept with him. And you know what? When I saw the condom under the pillow, uh, it crossed my mind that was a setup, and she fell for it. It did. When I saw it, I was like, girl, that's a setup. But it just irritates me. I don't like seeing women get played and get scammed into single motherhood. And Chris is a scam right into single motherhood. Seriously, seriously, seriously. He is a baby daddy at best. And just the way he said, I'll clock in and clock out. I'm just like, I knew your ass was a dusty. I knew you was a dusty ass. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Like, who brags about that? I don't get it.
This morning, fast as hell, immediately grabbed her and started rocking her. I just sat there and I was just like, damn, I'm back. Having a child, it's a really unique experience, and I don't think anyone but mothers and fathers will understand that. So this is normal for me. I'm grateful for this challenge, honestly. How was your guys' night last night? Good. How was your night?
What the hell you know about some damn yoga? I'm a yogi, brother.
This really exposed their relationship to me, honestly. And then another thing that I recently realized about Chris, he don't got no personality. How would you describe Chris's personality? I can't describe it. He's not funny. He corny as hell. But I'm like, I don't feel his personality is very dry. And I feel like it's because he remind me of those tall guys. I'm a tall girl, and I feel like one thing I've noticed about tall guys versus short men have personality. These tall guys, sometimes they don't have personality because their height is their personality. Okay. Because I've been around girls that have fat asses, and their fat ass is their personality. I'm just being honest. And it's the same damn thing. It's like when men are tall, like sometimes their whole personality is their height. That's what I'm getting from Chris. Just very uninteresting to me.
No. What are you doing, bro? Hey!
Wait, I was supposed to sit down with her.
She's a baby. She cannot hold her head up.
Bro, I was just sitting with her earlier. She can't.
No, you just telling me so
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
anxiety. I have to remember.
And then she gonna make an excuse. I have to remember. He's never had a child before. Girl, this man is 27 years old. You are 24. Like, I'm so disgusted by. Am I the only one that's so disgusted by this? I just don't understand. Like, hey, listen, stop making excuses for this man. My dad, I think he became a father when he was what, 23? By the time he was 27, he already had 3 kids. Stop making excuses for this man, feeding into his incompetence. Like, stop doing that shit. Handicapping him. Like, it don't matter if he ain't had no kid before. There's a level of maturity that still comes with just being mature when it comes to situations, which was why I felt like Brian, he came across more mature to me with the whole experience, which showed me a side that he has the patience to deal with Amaya and her high energy. Because a baby crying, I mean, I would get annoyed with that. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe Amaya and Brian can work because he has the patience to handle a child. He has the patience to handle Amaya's high energy because she has that childlike wonder, that whimsical vibe. So it could work. But Huda girl, you sitting up here, was it the last episode where she was talking about a real man? Okay, well, a real man would be able to handle this experience with this fake baby. Duh. What happened to he's a real man? We kept hearing that shit. He a real man. He a real man. Okay, well, where is this real man that you was talking about? He should be stepping up.
Chris has never had a child. He's never done this before, but my situation is a lot more different than a lot of the girls in here. And in the future, if I were to ever have more kids, I need to make sure that this is my person 100%.
Everybody ready for the class today?
Yeah. They're doing a great job.
I love how the girls were just at brunch. Oh, she's never met a real man, because I'm telling you, a real man would never deal with her motherfucking attitude. Let's be real. A real man would never deal with her attitude at all. At all. At all. A real man would never deal with that. So all the girls keep talking about, oh, she need a real man, a real man. And a real man would never deal with her. Okay? Ever. The only type of men that will actually deal with her are men like Chris. That's it. That's it. Which is why he literally said, oh, I attract emotionally unstable women. Oh wow. Well, I wonder why. I wonder how is that possible, Chris? He's a dusty. So hell no. A real man ain't gonna ever come find a real man would never deal with her in real life. Like seriously. She only can attract dust with her attitude and just how she conducts herself. A real man would never allow her to talk to him crazy. Treat him crazy. Call him a bitch and out his name. A real man would never allow her to do no shit like that. So she don't know what a real man is. Absolutely not. She know what a dusty is though. She do. She know what a toxic man is. But I love how the girls was just upstairs eating brunch. Clark didn't have a care in the world. She did not have a care in the world. They was just up there having brunch, kiki can. And then here come helicopter Huda. She's a helicopter too. She's not just a hurricane. She's a helicopter as well. She plays a lot of roles.
I mean, dads, are doing so amazing.
Y'all, I don't know why, but this is just like, why are men like this? I don't understand. Like, why are they like this? Cause like I've seen, I don't know. Like, why are men like this? Like, why? Like, am I the only one that's just like, why are they like this? And the reason why I'm asking why are men like this is because I don't know, it just makes me sick. Like how for us as women, we are just so like, oh, I don't know. I feel like we are just so attached and we have to have things like a certain type of way. And they're just so like laid back. And the way they take on experiences like this is just so different from us. Like, have you seen those TikTok videos of like dads that have the kids all like calm, in order, like chilling, like just being able to do things that the mother's not able to do, and the mother, I guess, being able to do more and not be stressed, whereas like the woman is like stressed the fuck out, and it's like, how are you able to get them to sit and just watch TV and be chill, or like how they are innovative and they create like this I don't know. It just gets on my nerves. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Because honestly, like the men are having fun with this whole baby experience, and the women are more stressed. And it's like, why are we women like that sometimes? And then the dad comes in, and they're just like so like chill, like I don't know. Yeah, I don't, and I feel like sometimes it's self inflicted because there's nothing wrong with the child. The child is not in danger. There's nothing wrong, but it's just the way they just take it on. It's just like, oh, okay. I feel like sometimes we can be over the top. That's what the challenge kind of exposed to me. It's like, damn, we kind of over the top sometimes. And they show that it's really not that necessary, but we're still over the top. That's why I'm just like, why? It just makes me sick. That's all. Because I'm just like, damn. So they're having fun. And then the women are upstairs avoiding the situation because they take it on as stress and they take it on as fun. Do you see the difference? That's what I'm saying.
My baby could come. Oh my god, I have anxiety.
Like, do you hear Huda? She's like, oh my God, I have anxiety. Cause that's how I was watching it low key. Like I was like, this is they doing too much. They need to sit down somewhere, right? Like that's how I'm reacting. And it's just a fake baby, right? But I'm still like, they doing too much. I would be so paranoid. Is it just a maternal thing? I just it makes me sick. Like, why can't we enjoy this parental experience the way that they do? That's what it is. It kind of makes me sick. It's like, damn.
I don't think Ace can ever have twins.
Damn, Chris, be gentle, golly. Screaming.
And then you see Huda, like Huda is really a mom. She's like, be gentle. Damn. I don't know. It just really showed me the difference between men and women. Like it did. I'm like, wow.
Ripping shit off of her. Chris, I don't like that color. Shut up! Excuse me? Fuck. I'm gonna need you to watch your mouth. Yeah, Brian! Yeah! That's my baby darling! Yeah!
Brian cheated. He was at the lunch station. He did about 3 lunches, and he was like, okay, I'm done.
That's a good boy. And he's not crying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they beat me, but mine didn't cry at all.
Yeah, good job, Nick. What are you doing? Huh? What is wrong with you? Why are you ripping shit off her head while she's screaming?
She didn't even make, she not even crying.
And then they always make us seem like we're the bad, like we're the bad guy in the parental dynamic. Like we have to be the stern, the disciplinary. Like it's like we want to have fun too when it comes to kids. We don't always want to be the serious one. But who gonna be the serious one if you're not gonna be the serious one? Because why would you take the top off of that baby and just do it and rip it off her head like that? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. There are a lot of red flags when it comes to Huda and Chris. I just don't see it really being I don't see it working outside of the villa at all. I don't. He's already starting to get annoyed with her and irritated with her. And again, I feel like Chris is just as manipulative as Huda.
Brian, that's not my baby.
And arson in front of once?
Not one time on my mama.
Okay, next time, don't be ripping shit off of her.
Next time, don't be like, I don't like that color.
I was playing around. That's why we shut up.
Honestly, I'm a little stressed because I don't know if it's just the mother in her, but like, just a little bossy, I guess. Got a little attitude or something. She just always.
A little bossy, I guess. You know what I think is funny? A lot of people are like, oh, Huda's the problem because she slept with Chris. I feel like they're both the problem. I feel like equally they're both the problem. I don't feel like Huda is worse than Chris. And it's so weird because like people are trying to make Chris out to be the victim, but I don't see him as a victim. You knew the woman was emotionally unstable. Why the hell did you sleep with her? Why is somebody talking about this? And see, that's the issue that I have. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Because to be honest, I don't feel like there should be an excuse for any of them. right? For the both of them, there's no excuse. But why are y'all trying to make him the victim though? He decided to sleep with her knowing that she was emotionally unstable. Why would he do that? So Hurricane Huda almost made an appearance last night. This isn't just for Chris, but men. Stop doing the do with emotionally unstable women. You will save yourself the headache. It made complete sense why that nasty attitude resurfaced last episode. Two bodies in the same show is crazy work. So now people, the Huda rats, y'all still living up to that name. The Huda rats are now wanting to turn on Huda because of Chris. And I'm like, well, why the fuck would he sleep with her? But then again, the Huda rats don't think her behavior isn't unstable. It is very unstable. The woman is not stable in the mind at all. Okay? She has made everyone a victim at some point while playing the victim, which is insane. But Chris is not a victim. He knew what he was getting himself into. He acknowledged the fact that she was emotionally unstable. So then why would you sleep with her? Why would you sleep with her knowing that she crashed out over Jeremiah after he slept with her? So then why would you sleep with her? And then I told you that Chris been wanting to sleep with her. Ben. So I don't understand. And then y'all got me over here looking like I'm defending Huda. And it's crazy. I'm like, no, she has her issues. We been knowing that though. But let's put some focus on Chris though. He's a manipulator. He's dusty. He's not a catch. He has no job. So he can't offer her any stability. So I just don't understand, like, what is the point of this relationship other than baby daddy? That's it. That is it. Then let's just get into this. Because did I miss the part where let me get into it.
It's like, it's okay, relax. Like, this is just an experiment. Like, it's not real life.
And then he's saying it's just an experiment, it's not real life. It is her real life, Chris. That's why I said he is a child. It is real life. How are you 27 years old taking on a 24-year-old woman who's a mom and you're like, it's just an experience? This is her everyday life, Chris. You should have taken it on seriously, Chris. And I need the pick-me's and the male-centered women. Can y'all shut up? Like, seriously, y'all, when it's time to hold these men accountable, y'all never do. But then y'all be like, "Ugh, men don't know how to take accountability." Well, you're too focused on holding the woman accountable. He should have never slept with her. He was aware that she was unstable. He was aware that she's a mom. Why wouldn't she take on the experiment in a real way? This is her everyday life. She's putting you to the test, sir, and you failed the test. You failed. And I understood Huda 100%. Any mom that is a single mother, if she's dating a guy, this is a great date. This is a great experiment. This is a great test. And he failed to me. I'm just like, sir, pack it up. Okay. And people are wanting Huda and Chris to make it number one. And I'm just like, oh my God, why? You would literally be doing her a disservice. He is a child.
Hello? Don't tell me shut up.
Oh, shit. Yo.
Hello.
You like folding clothes?
No, because of this mess.
Now listen, Huda is going to explain to Chris that this experience was triggering for her, and he's later going to say it's because of her PTSD. The reason why I feel like they're both wrong, we all have triggers and we all have PTSD. People should not feel like they have to walk around on pins and needles because of your triggers and your PTSD. You need to go fix that, okay? You need to go handle that. People can be empathizing to your situation. They can be understanding, right? However, if it starts to interfere with how you treat people, That's when it becomes a problem. And that's the issue that I have with Huda. How you treat people doesn't just give you a pass because you have PTSD and you have triggers. We all do. We all do. And Chris, you should have understood how this could have been a triggering experience for her because she's a single mom. So where was the care and the understanding on his part? Because when they were in the speakeasy, right? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's just so caring and he's just so understanding." Okay, well, why the fuck was he not understanding of her being a mother and how this experiment would impact their connection? That's why I said he's playing her. Like he's playing her. He is mirroring her manipulation. That's it. That's all. He should have took it on serious because she's a mom. If anything, you would have used this experiment to want to impress her, like Nick did. Nick used the experience to impress Olandria. Let's clock that, okay? So, Chris, why didn't you use the experiment to impress Huda, who is a single mom? It's just a sex-based relationship. That's why. It's just sexual. It's just lustful. That's it.
I mean, a lot of this shit's triggering for you. I'm not gonna lie.
I can tell. I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah. I think the early stages of being a mom, it's like I was pretty much doing everything.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Is there anything that I be doing wrong that, like, maybe affects your mood sometimes? Does it, like, affects my mood sometimes when I see you do, like, the whole face changes or something like that, where something goes on, but then I be confused on, like, what happened?
I think that
People who don't have a good handle on their triggers and PTSD, they have crazy mood swings. So for Chris, you would think that this would be a red flag for him because it's like, okay, we understand that you have triggers and all of you have PTSD, but still, it's affecting me in a negative way. Seriously. So I don't get it. I don't get it. To me, like this is just a relationship that doesn't need to happen on both sides. Like Huda, I'm sorry, girl, but you need to get someone that is way more mature. You probably need to date older. I know she's 24. She probably needs to date a man that's in his 30s. I just got to be honest with you. Dating a 27-year-old that plays ball overseas but doesn't have a home, it's just not a man I would take serious. She needs to date somebody that's older. And when it comes to Chris, there are obvious red flags. She is not stable. She has crazy mood swings and she will lash out at you whenever she feels like it.
yeah, two things today was when you did this,
Yeah.
we were talking about a mistake. What were you talking about to say?
Just to get something off your chest.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And we went through every person and just skipped it.
I did forget you. You're right. Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, I blocked the other match out. The least you could do is put them away. And then you can use away.
I put yours away too.
No, because I asked you.
But I would, okay, I get you.
That's,
Okay.
you know, saying that's like a thing that you don't think about, so just put it away. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And it's not like deep. It's not like a big thing. It's little things like, you know, Chris handled it really, really well. He's just a guy who really wants to improve. Like I can tell.
No, I told y'all that Chris is the guy that plays the nice guy. That's it. Now, why is playing the nice guy beneficial for men? Because they get what they want out of you. So remember the scene where he was like, she asked, well, what do I do to bother you? And then he was like, give me a kiss. Nice guys play this nice guy role to sleep with you. That's it. It's the oldest trick in the book. That is it. He's just being nice because once he gets in them panties and he gets what he wants, he's bouncing. So the nice guy is a manipulation tactic as well. That's why I'm reading him as well. I'm just like, and then Huda, because he's playing the nice guy to sleep with you, right? You lead with your body. This is the type of men you're going to consistently attract. These fake nice guys that tell you everything that you want to hear and then sleep with you and then bounce because you keep leading with your body. So I see how she attracted someone like this and then decided to sleep with him. Crazy. And she's probably only known him for what, maybe a week or two?
He really likes me, and it makes me feel good that anytime I bring up anything,
I don't think Chris likes her. I got to be honest with you. I don't think he likes her. I think he tolerates her. I think he deals with her, but I don't think he actually likes her.
wants to fix it or improve it to make sure that
It's good information.
is there anything I didn't work?
Yeah. What? We'll kiss.
Right now?
Yeah.
You wanna
Wow. She's so much. Right here. Here we go.
you trying to make another one?
Maybe later.
Where you going?
As the baby challenge comes to a close, it's time for.
Feeling good, bro, to be honest. Feeling around here definitely feel good.
And then this is another thing I didn't like. This is why Brian, I don't really trust him. I don't blindly trust him. Because Chris, why are you sitting up here telling him you slept with Huda? Why? Like, why is that information? If you, this is what I be saying. Like, the men that Chris hanging out with Brian and Brian hanging out with Chris is a red flag for me. First of all, they came into the villa late. They're on a dating show to win money. And what is the reason for all of this? Like, what benefit does Chris get out of telling Brian that he slept with Huda? I just don't get it. Why did Brian need to know this?
Just give you a different energy, a different feeling.
Hell yeah.
Really?
From like before? Bro. Yeah, she does like little things, call me like name and everything. I don't know, I like shit like that.
You're not spoken.
I'm not. So, and she's obviously not isn't either, so it works out. Yeah. How about you?
Chilling. Me and I had like a little hiccup earlier just because she had like a lot of PTSD and like missing her daughter and shit like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Can't even really blame her for that.
Nah, not at all. Yeah, truly, but shit like her being vulnerable and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
I really do like her.
I feel like y'all on a good road as it is. Like, everybody see it too. They should be on you.
I fought it, man.
I don't get it. I feel he been waiting to brag. And another thing too is let's not forget how Brian came in the show with Andrina, right? And he was bragging then about that, but I don't think he ever slept with her. I just think he was bragging with the fact that he was able to get her, right? So it's just interesting. I feel like that's the type of friendship that they have. It's like we can brag about the women that we get in here and the women that we can sleep with in here. That's what it gives, which is why I don't really trust Brian. Like I have my icks about him. Not gonna lie though, this baby episode, it made me look at him a little bit different. But not blindly though, because it's just something about him that I'm like, he just gives me the ick. I don't know. And this conversation between the two of them, it just gave like, do you think that if he slept with Amaya, if he was able to sleep with Amaya, that he wouldn't go and run and brag to Chris about it?
Good. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. When last night. I knew it. I couldn't even fucking do it. I knew it. I knew it, Brad.
I feel like that was just like a great step into our physical connection that we probably don't show in front of everybody else. So definitely made us feel stronger in our physical connection. That's really all I can say about that.
I respect how long you held out. I really do. I really try my best, bro. I just never tell everyone. You know, I'll tell you everything. Oh, no.
I don't. It's confining in what? Confining in what way? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't trust it. Like when men go and they talk to other men, one thing that I know about men is when they have respect for you, they're not telling other men what they do with you sexually. They don't want other men to know. It's a respect thing. So no, I feel like men that don't have a high level of respect for you, they're gonna go and brag and tell other men. That's what they do. It's like a respect thing. It's like they have men that look up to them because, oh, you got that. You was able to sleep with that. You was able to bag that. You was able to da da da. When a man really likes you and he respects you, he's not gonna go and tell other men about that at all. Like friends and all, they're not doing that. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that because they don't want. One thing I noticed about men, and I learned this from my brothers, that they know how men think, right? So they're very protective and they're very territorial. So like if they go and talk about the sexual experience that they had with you to their guys, they're going to start thinking about what that looked like and sexualize you. So when men have respect for you and they are protecting you from how other men view you, they're not going to disclose that information ever because they know how men are. So men sexualize you just based off of what you wear, right? But to give details about how you get down, I'm sorry, y'all, they're not going to disclose that information. They're not. They're not. So then that men can have this picture of you in their mind about how it went on, how it went down, how it looked. They're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. On camera, I don't. That's another thing. On camera,
How many shots and I'll pass up? Fuck this. Like, I'm doing it. I'm glad you understand. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Wow. You don't ever.
on camera. Oh, and this is what's so crazy, right? None of these men on this island have really showed that they're not lustful, right? Because, like, I feel like context matters. All of these men are very lustful. So you're defending a group of men that are very lustful. Why? Why are you defending a group of men that literally are super freaking lustful? All of them. There hasn't been one man on the show that hasn't been. Well, really, Ace, which is shocking. Ace hasn't been lustful. Like, he hasn't kissed any woman outside of challenges. So defending men a love show that has led by lust, even Pepe, all of them just very lustful. It's just, I don't know. TJ, I can say he wasn't lustful. I feel like TJ, um, Taylor, which is crazy to say, TJ, Taylor, and Ace. But Brian showed that he was lustful. Chris has shown that he is lustful. So I'm just not. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. When you give men the benefit of the doubt, that's when you look stupid. So no, I'm like, if they came on the show being lustful, then they're showing you who they are. So I don't know. Uh Elin, I can say I could add him in there too. I don't feel like he was lustful. I don't feel like he was lustful at all. But Chris and Brian, definitely. Definitely. Even JD didn't even come across as like super lustful. He showed interest, and that's another thing. Showing interest but not technically being lustful. And y'all know I'm a Nick Olandrian stan. I'm a part of the Hive. Nick is very lustful. So this is just me being real with you. Like, no, when a man is lustful, they typically struggle with self-control. And then the tone of this, oh, I folded. I just couldn't hold out any longer. And it's just like, that's what lustful men, that's how they operate. Even Nick being lustful, right? With Olandria. Let's be real. Let's have a real conversation. So, I just don't trust it. I don't trust lustful men. Lustful men struggle with being sexually disciplined. And they look at women as a form of conquering, not love, appreciation, value, none of that. They just look at women to conquer. That's it. And I feel like that's the tone of this conversation is I conquered her. I conquered that. I couldn't hold off any longer. That's what it gives. And that's how lustful men think. Like they literally go through women and they get bragging rights. And then the number of women that you can get is also bragging rights, but it's also the type of women that you can get is bragging rights. So that's why you got to be selective. Got to be selective. And then another thing, I did clock Nick going and talking to Ace when he slept with Sierra. I clocked that. But a lustful man, that's what he does. That's what they do. They can't wait to go and run and tell. Seriously. So that's why I'm just like, Nick, you need to come out of this player way type of energy that you've been in. You know, I don't expect for a drastic change overnight, but I'm not gonna lie. Like Nick, that's a major red flag for me. That's a major red flag for me. He's very lustful. So,
When it gets to that point, it's an easier transition.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you see yourself like coming to New York?
I was in New York the weekend before I came.
Well, our first date has to be in the city. Would you like a travel bus all day?
Travel is fire, and I love Boston too.
let me continue. And then another thing, the reason I also question Brian is Amaya doesn't have any boundaries when it comes to like affection. And lustful men love that. Like, let's be real. Lustful men love that. They don't like it when a woman has boundaries. And that was the issue with Bella and Nick, right? So if we're talking about lustful men, Nick, Brian, Chris, Nick did not pursue Bella because of the boundaries that she had. If Nick is lustful, then that's the reason why it didn't work. So I'm just being honest. Olandria, so it's gonna be interesting. I feel like Olandria is the one that's going to set the tone with Nick, and she's gonna have her boundaries in place. But honestly, that was the situation with Bella. Like he couldn't stand how you couldn't just kiss her even during the challenges. She was like the main girl in the village. It was like, you can't kiss me during the challenges. You have to kiss me on the cheek. And a lot of men didn't even like that. They didn't even see it as like, oh, okay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me play this.
So we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited for us. I feel like we're gonna something like great, girlie. And you look very handsome.
And that's what I'm saying. If Amaya had boundaries, would Brian really be into her like that? Because we know how these men act when you set some boundaries.
I have no regrets. I feel free. I feel like I could fly like the pigeons back in New York City. But I'll be a really pretty clean pigeon. But I feel free. Like your girl's happy, and she feels like she could be herself around this man, and she got her smooth.
This is what I want to know. Are there any men in the chat? I feel like it's different with Olandria because she has standards. Are there any men in the chat though? Because men call it out faster. Because they know men. Are there any men in the chat? Do y'all think that Brian is lustful? Do y'all think Chris is lustful? If you're watching the playback, can you comment? Do y'all think Nick is lustful? The only, like I said, Ace has not given me that energy. Surprisingly, he has not given me that energy at all. At all, at all, at all, at all. Not even lustful towards Huda. A lot of people were really expecting for him to be lustful towards Huda, but I didn't see that. I saw the challenge, but I didn't see the lust outside of the villa for Huda. So I feel like they all are too.
Chips. Okay, I've been dying for those smooches.
I feel happy as hell. I can't even.
The men are. No, men are. Okay, so Amaya gets to take the hideaway. I felt like it was sweet of them to give her the hideaway experience because Amaya truly deserves it. She was very excited. She had me dying though. I'm not gonna lie. What did she say? She had me dying when she said this.
That's what I cannot believe this. Hideaway is right. Like, my heart is just like pumped out of my chest right now. Like, I need to shave my ass crack. But baby, I am ready.
Amaya is hilarious. Hold on. Did y'all catch that? She's like, I need to shave my ass crack. I just can't believe this.
Like, my heart is just like pumped out of my chest right now. Like, I need to shave my ass crack. But baby, I am ready.
She had me dead. I was like, Amaya, why are you like this? Amaya is hilarious, y'all. I was like, oh my God. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, this whole season gave lust to me. It didn't give love. It gave lust. So it's not just Brian, but it's questionable for all the men. And it's Pepe. I feel like he's going under the radar for a lot of women, but I'm like, Pepe is very lustful. He is very lustful. And I didn't like how he really played Grayson to me because he was showing Grayson all of this interest, and then like all of a sudden he started to pull back. And I'm just like, why would you lustful men do that? That's what they do. We saw that with Nick, right? He slept with Sierra, and then what did he do? Pull back. So we gonna see if Amaya and them, they do or whatever, right? If he's lustful, right, he will start to pull back on her. I need the girls to catch that shit. Catch it. Same thing with Chris, right? He's very lustful. What is he starting to do? Pull back. Come on. I'm tired of girls getting played. Like, seriously. You should be able to pick up on that. Like, if a lustful man will always be more love bomby, right? Giving you all of this like attention, affection, support, care. And then once they get what they came for, then that's when they start to pull back. Cause it was just lust. So all of that attention and care that they was giving you, it was just because it was lust. And now that they got that, then with Brian, this is why he's a red flag for me. The Andriana situation, she just showed a little bit of interest to Pepe. She didn't even act on it yet. And then because he didn't feel like he could have that lustful experience with her, then he started to pull back on her. Then he started to look at Amaya. And then he started to look how Amaya is very fiery and passionate. And he keeps complimenting her on the very thing that feeds into his lust. Like she'll say, babe. And I like that shit. So it's interesting. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Girls, show me all of your finest fucking lingerie, because unfortunately I only pack Granny Undies, so we are not going with Granny Undies to the hideaway.
And I'm gonna say this one more time because I want the girls to understand this. If you've ever been intimate with a man, and because men know how other men think, they're never gonna disclose y'all sexual relationship. They don't want men fantasizing. And that's the thing. When you're an attractive woman, they already know men fantasize about you. They already know. So to give details, and it doesn't have to be much, just like it doesn't have to be much for you to be sexualized. You can wear sweats, but to give any type of indication at all, like the smallest detail, if he really loves and respects you, he's not disclosing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. That is how men are. That is why they tend to be very territorial, and they are very protective when it comes to you being exposed, like overly exposed. It's not because they don't want you to feel good in your body and be free. Hell, a lot of them want to see you in that shit anyway. They just don't like it when other men see you in it. They don't, because they know how other men are. They know how other men think. They know how other men view you in just a nice dress. That's just how they are. That's how they are. Some men are too insecure, though. Let's keep that in mind here when it comes to this. Some men are too insecure to the point where, because they know how men are and because they know how men think, they don't want you to put that shit on. They don't. They put more focus on the woman when they should be putting more focus on men respecting your woman and whatever she chooses to wear. She's with you. She's not with them. So there's more of a balance aspect to this, but when he really loves and respects you, he's never going to disclose those details because they know how men are. They know how men think. So they're not going to give them anything really to go off of, because men will literally go to your social media. Trust me, I know. Men will literally pull you up on social media and jack off to your photos of your face. You don't got to give men much. You don't. They will literally jack off to your face. Okay? They will literally jack off in a sock with just going on your Instagram profile. Like it does not take much for men at all. So when a man is protective of you in that way, they're not disclosing shit, like nothing, because they don't want, especially their friends or like men that they're wanting respect from, they're not going to disclose that information with you. But if you're dealing with a lustful man, they feel like they get the respect by telling whoever they're friends with details. Do you get what I'm saying? So like there's a switch, and that's the thing that I'm going to be looking for when it comes to Nick. I want to see the switch. Okay, Nick, you've been on your player whatever. All right. Well, Olandria is not that type of girl. So you over disclosing details, that shit got to stop. That it just has to stop. So that's what I'm saying. Like that literally is the difference. I need women to understand this, because if he's out here disclosing details like that and he knows how men think, then that means it's bragging rights to him. It's like a respect thing for him when he's talking to other men that probably share a very lustful mentality. But when a man actually respects you, he's never telling that information to his friends, y'all. I'm sorry. He's not. He's not. Because he knows how men think. And he knows it does not take much for men to fantasize about what you look like, what it would be like. It doesn't take much. So keep that in mind. I'm happy for Amaya. But again, Brian, you are on probation. Okay. You're on probation. That's the way I see it. He's just on probation for me. Also, let's get into this too.
Women who continuously hate on Shelly and Olandria has noticed.
Hold on.
Has noticed a specific demographic of women who continuously hate on Shelly and Olandria. They have a weird fascination with wanting those two girls to feel humble.
You know what? Thank you for saying this. That's what it really is for me. I don't feel like Brian has really earned Amaya. Like Ace has put in investment, Nick has put in investment, and the girls are going crazy over the fact that, oh, but he defended her. That's what the fuck he's supposed to do. That's bare minimum. That's a crumb. And we talked about this. I literally said, like, stop trying to make crumbs these grand gestures. They're not. What else? If he has respect for you, defending you is so bare. Like, that's what I be trying to say. Like, stop. I don't know. Like, I have really high standards. Maybe that's the problem. But I'm just like, what the hell is he supposed to do? If he has love and respect for Amaya, then damn. But y'all trying to make it seem like, but that's why it's because, well, he defended her. And I'm just like, and? Okay. And then he defended her, but it's still somewhat beneficial to him because that's part of his culture. So I'm just like, I want to see him do something that's selfless. I want to see something where he does something, he goes out of his way and he doesn't get anything from it at all. Nothing. And that's the thing. When a man is really invested in you, he gets nothing really out of it other than to see you happy, to see you excited, to make you feel wanted, if anything. Like, he really doesn't get anything out of it at all. But everything that Brian has done, he's benefited somehow. Like being with the woman on the show that is America's favorite. He's benefiting from the fact that she's affectionate and he gets to be called Bay and all of this stuff. He's benefiting. I want to see Brian step up, and I want to see him do something that is completely selfless, that involves investing in Amaya where he does not benefit at all. And this is how you will be able to recognize you're not being breadcrumbed, because it's full investment. It's not some half-ass, low, bare minimum bullshit. And this is how women get played. Women get played because your standards are not high enough. When your standards are high enough, it's harder for a man to play you because you're going to take a lot of work. You're going to take a lot of work. But when you have low standards, oh, he defended me, so he wants me, or he defended me because he's really into me. It's like, what work did he really have to put into that, though? Like, that should be expected. I mean, why would he want to watch someone disrespect you? He shouldn't. That's like manners. That's like just being a gentleman. Like, that's so bare to me. So I want to see Brian invest in the same way, kind of like how Shelly did, how he did something that was very thoughtful and he didn't get anything from it. That's what I want to see.
Humbled or to feel hated by America. And that demographic seems to be white and Hispanic women.
He ain't done nothing.
Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I've seen videos of some white women and some Hispanic women defending those too. But
I don't even know why we have to put that disclosure in there, because we know these spaces are anti-Black. We know these spaces are anti-Black. So we know it's not all of you, right? But we know that the spaces in which you share with the community that you come from is anti-Black. So the disclosure is weird to me. Like, I don't understand why we always have to put in that disclosure when people know the truth. People know the truth. People know the history. People hear the slurs when we're not around. People hear the stereotypes when we're not in the room. So I just don't understand, like, why we have to even disclose that. Like, y'all know that. We know it's not all of you, but we know that the anti-Blackness is a part of your culture and it's in your community. So it's not shocking to see all the racism online.
every time a post comes across my For You page and it's about them being humbled, it's a white or Hispanic woman. So it makes me curious as to why people feel the need to want those two girls humbled, or why they want them to feel hated.
And I'm seeing this from Black women on social media as well. We know it's not all of us, but we know how Black women have that crab in the bucket mentality where you can't be happy for the next woman because you feel like it should be you and not her. So we know how that goes.
Even after their situation with Huda is over.
We all know why. We know why. We know why. So that's all I wanted to really say. I think I got everything that I wanted out of my chest. But ladies, raise the bar. Please raise the bar. Please raise the bar. Raise the bar. And understand when you're being respected. A man disclosing any sexual activity that he's doing with you to his friends, you need to question his motives. And this is discernment. Like, this is what this is. Stop putting things past men. Stop thinking, oh, but he wouldn't do that. But he would, because he's a man. And men are selfish. So not thinking about you when they're disclosing your sexual activity with his friends, they're thinking about themselves and how that makes them look to their friends. But I'm telling you, one thing that I've learned, when a man really respects you and respects what y'all have together, he's not disclosing that information because he knows how men think. He knows how they think. He knows how their brain is wired. He's a man. He knows what that is. So stop putting things past men. That's all I'm going to say. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Don't do that. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these men, you'd be surprised, which is why I have the stance that I have with my brothers. I wouldn't put shit past my brothers because they're a man. That's what they are. And I'm a woman. So it's just, that's where I always draw the line. I'm black first. I'm a woman second. I'm not a man. So because of that, I don't be vouching for my brothers too loudly because at the end of the day, I don't know what it's like to be in an intimate relationship with them. I only know what it's like to be their sister. So I don't be vouching for my dad too much either. I don't know what it's like to be married to him. I only know what it's like to be his daughter. So I can only speak from that perspective. I could never speak from the perspective of sharing intimate spaces with them. It's just different. So I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. I don't put nothing past men because they think differently than I do. They have different experiences. They have different desires. They have different outlooks. So it's like, I just stay in my lane. But one thing I know about lustful men, they love to brag when they slept with you, or they love to brag when they were able to do something sexual with you. That's what they do because that's how they feel respected by other men. It's different when he cares about you. It's different when he respects you. It's different when he wants to protect what y'all have. He's not going to disclose those details. I could never speak for any man out here. I just, oof, girl, it burns me. It scares me. It hurts my chest because I'm just like, that's how you get embarrassed. I'm telling you, when you start to vouch for a man, as if you hit like you be in his head as if you know him and you operate and you think like, girl, that's when you get embarrassed. I'm telling you, that's when you get embarrassed. When you speak too loud, oh my God, that's when you get embarrassed. Because men do, like, they could just wake up one day, change their mind, and decide on something different. So I can only vouch for myself. I can't speak for everybody else. Did anybody want to call in? So whew, I can't do it. But please, ladies, understand that about lustful men. That is the easiest way that you can spot a lustful man. And even if you're just overhearing him, or you could even hear his friend discuss something that, yeah, I took down. I was with da 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 little shorty, or I was with this girl the other day. Even if you hear his friends talk about other women to him in front of you, don't just let that shit slide. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. There's a red flag. So, and that's my concern with Nick. Even though I'm a Nicolandrian hive, I'm a part of the Nicolandrian hive. I still side eye Nick as well. Like, I'm always side eye a man. I don't care. Like, I like how you treated my girl, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna side eye you because you a man. Like, I don't know what else to say. And especially if Nick introduced himself to us in the way that he did, and he was very lustful. He was exploring this girl, exploring that girl. So it's like, if I witness that, I'm still gonna side eye him. That's just how I am. And even when it comes to Huda and her PTSD and her Hurricane Huda, at the end of the day, Chris is a Dusty. So I'm side eyeing him still. Like, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. Even when my brothers be coming into me They be coming to me talking about the experience that they had with their girl or whatever like that. I still be side-eyeing them like, okay, but why she acting like that? What did you do? What did you say? Like, I'm trying to get the woman's perspective. Like, I don't even just take on what they saying because I'm just like, well, why did she react that way? What was done before? Right? Like, I'm big on that. I'm just really big on that because I just know how men are. I'm a woman first. So it's just, it is what it is. Nobody wants to come up here and chat? Okay, well, I'm going to log out then. I'm going to log out. Hold on, wait. What's going on? Hold on. Somebody just emailed me. Hold on. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to talk about this in the next one. Oh, I've been meaning to talk about this. Oh my God, before I let you go, Jeremiah. I've been meaning to talk about Jeremiah. So Jeremiah has been on social media. And see, this actually ties into what I'm saying. Jeremiah has been on social media reacting to the whole Olandrian love, right? Oh, I got a caller. Hold on. One sec. Right? And a lot of the girls are clocking him on how he's like reacting. And it's like he can't believe it. He's in disbelief and all of this stuff. And a lot of women are saying it's because he doesn't see Olandria as attractive. It's not shocking. Like, he literally said that his preference. And this is exactly why, like, remember when I was like, oh, Jeremiah seems like he's a decent guy. He does. He seems like he's a decent guy, right? He does. But it also seems like he may be colorist. This is why I say do not vouch for men too loudly. Do not. Do not. Do not. Do not. Do not. So we'll see. I know I felt like Ace is the only man on the show that has not been lustful. Like, he's very reserved with his energy. He does not give his energy out very loosely. I actually like that about him. That's why I said he gives me villain's hero. So, oh, he's from Seattle. And I also was gonna ask, well, what does his mother look like? Cause is he black? Like, I'm confused. Where'd the calls go? Is his mother black? I didn't see his family because that would explain a lot. Like maybe his mother is not black. His mom is white. I knew it. It gave that. It definitely gave that. So that makes a lot of sense. Cause I'm like, I'm not really expecting much from Jeremiah when it comes to black women. So I'm just not. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you vouch too loudly for a man, and then he go and he do some stupid shit. So he's on social media reacting to like all of the Nick and Olandria, like, you know, edits and stuff like that. So I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You'll never hear me vouch too loudly for a man at all. They will embarrass you. I'm telling you, don't do it. Save yourself. Save yourself the embarrassment. Don't do it. Oh my God. Every time I go to like add the caller, the calls keep dropping. Or are you ladies hanging up? Okay, Ash, hello.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. I am. I'm trying to just hide my camera. I'm not really trying to be
Okay,
seen.
you're not okay. Let me put up a photo. Hold on, let me see. Oh, did y'all see this? This photo speaks volumes. It just does. Ashley, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What would you like to add to today's combo with episode 31?
Well, first of all, I love you so much. I've been watching for, I think, about 5, 6 years. I love every single piece of advice you give, and even love like the little commentary you have on things like this.
Thank
For
you.
today's, well, yeah. Well, for the episode, I probably just gonna agree with a lot of the things that you have mentioned already.
Mhm.
I love Amaya. Papaya, big
Right.
fan of her. I am definitely a Nicolandria stan to start off with.
Okay.
I don't believe in men too much, but I definitely love Olandria, and I think it's really nice, as Love Island, like USA, to like represent dark skinned women and like give them a really beautiful story in the way like she's highlighted now to like her progress of like selflessness and everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I was gonna get to Amaya, I was gonna say I really do love her personality. I don't think her man is on the show. I don't trust Brian either.
Mm.
Um,
Can you tell us
I
why?
definitely
Can you tell us why you don't trust them? Because they know why I don't. But what are you picking up?
Well, it did start like the other men when she was nominated as like the favorite for America. And before he even showed interest in her, he was trying to chase Jaden. I don't think she's her type. I think she's convenient, and I think well, not that I see Amaya that way, but I think in his mind, he might see her as convenient, and it might be easier to understand because they're from the same place. I'm
You
Ghanaian,
know
so
what?
I know what that looks like.
I forgot about her. That is
Yeah.
thank
I
you.
mean, I'm from where I'm from, like I've seen it from the men of my culture. I'm Ghanaian, so like I
Mhm.
know when like the men of my culture kind of see it as like easier to get with me because I'm Ghanaian, not because they're actually interested in me. And I feel like
Mm.
that's something I always like watch out for.
This is a great perspective because that's what I was getting. I just felt like he just settled, but it wasn't that
Hmm.
pursued. And I question men who settle before they pursue.
I
And
mean, also with that, she doesn't put her position herself in a way to require
yeah,
pursuit from
yeah,
men before she, really wants to engage with them.
I agree. I agree. And
Hmm.
so because of that, I'm just like he comes across very lustful to me and I feel like it's very convenient for him because of how Amaya is. And I'm picking up on that. And so I'm just like, okay, like you did well in this episode, but was it a performance? Because one thing I also know about lustful men, when they're lustful, they perform very well because they're wanting to come across as this type of guy that you can trust and you can let your guard down with fast, so then they can get what they want out of you fast. So
Hmm.
I don't know, I just don't trust Brian. And now thank you for saying that because now I'm going back to how I originally felt where I don't trust him. It's just something about him. I just don't.
Exactly. I feel like she sees him in the same light that Olandria saw like Taylor to some extent, like comfort because they're both from the same place.
Mm,
So
I
it's
agree.
easy to like hit those exact points because like, oh, if we're gonna relate on culture, we're from the
Mhm.
same culture. I know exactly what to say to impress you.
Yeah. See, that's
Hmm.
thank you for that. Did you want to add anything else?
What else? I do agree with your argument on Chris and Huda.
Mhm.
I I think it's really interesting to see how the season progressed that Sierra felt like more of like a problem over the long period of time than Huda did. Huda, I'm not kind of like taking her side in the things that she did at the beginning,
Mhm.
but I think it's really interesting to notice like as soon as Sierra left, everyone
Mhm.
started getting happier. So that's
Mhm.
really telling to me.
And I think it's
Um,
when you separate Huda and how she acts versus how the house has responded to Sierra leaving, that leaves room for nuances of was Sierra playing both sides, creating these dynamics that was also creating tension in the house. Because again, we
mhm,
understand Huda's behavior is unacceptable. It doesn't matter wherever she would go in the real world, her behavior would never be acceptable. However,
mhm.
we can't ignore how the house is responding to Sierra leaving. And it just seems like it's very peaceful.
Yeah, I think that Huda in her dysfunction was very self-centered, even with other people just ending up being collateral, but Sierra felt like she was playing a game with everybody. Just
Yeah.
from the reaction of everybody, the fact that every episode afterwards has seemed way happier, I
Mhm.
think she was really a problem.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no proof of that though.
That's what
And
it's
I think,
been.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna change the subject a little bit, probably to the last thing. As I said, I'm a Nicolandria stan. I'm a big fan, more so of Olandria. I feel like as soon as I saw her, I definitely loved her and her personality, how she gave. I love just seeing like a positive editor for like Black women, like being represented in a nice way. I love the standard both her and Shelly stood,
Like, I don't, I don't mean this any type of like bad way, but it is true that like the women who were the most poised, Shelly and Olandria, in my opinion, the ones who didn't give up anything were the ones who were taken the most seriously in the end. And it shows even by like the men who decided to take them seriously. I think Ace is not lustful. I think Nick is. However, it's telling on his how willing he's how willing he is to control himself
Right.
in the name of her happiness. Like throughout the show, that's why people became fans of him. I think there was a difference in him wanting her and him wanting her happiness, even if that didn't include him. And I think that's like why it adds to the story of why people are a little bit more open to like seeing him as a good person.
So he is like the lustful Nick that we've seen. He could redeem himself by showing sexual discipline. And I think it is important that we women recognize that even when it comes to something as simple as a reality show, how women being so free, how it is backfiring on them and it's impacting them in a negative way. First, we can start off with every time Huda sleeps with someone, she's emotionally unstable more.
Yep.
She's more emotionally unstable. I feel like that is something that we all need to recognize. We also need to recognize that men value what they chase. They do not value what they get easy access to. That's something that we realized on this show as well. And we also realized how men move on very easily, even if they did sleep with you, even if they did show that they have some type of interest in infatuation with you. And that kind of was shown with Pepe and Hannah, how he was still able to move on to Iris, someone that he really physically was attracted to. I think women should see that. I think women should see it in this climate of politics as well, how it's not even just dating and just the whole culture around dating, that this also impacts you politically when it comes to your own body autonomy. So I feel like this is needed for the culture of women today, that it just does not seem like it benefits you at all, and you're putting yourself at risk because of politics and how things are changing for us daily, weekly. So it's just one of those situations that I feel like women need to recognize, and women need to really reflect on all of this information. It's a lot. You have politics going on. You're seeing how men are acting on this reality show when women give their bodies to men. And I think it just all connects. And I think it's sending a very loud message to women globally.
Yep. It's also like an add to your credibility, the how composed you can be in these kind of situations. So I do respect that. I guess I don't really have much to add, but the last thing I was gonna say, I had this debate with my friend, and it was kind of funny, just seeing Pepe continue within the show. Um, I feel like him and Hannah were very similar. Both of them extremely lustful people and
Yeah.
not the most trustworthy in how they operate, which is, in my opinion, the reason why this is from a past episode. Why I understand why the girls removed Hannah. I think they removed her because she looked the least trustworthy and she was presented herself more lustful in her case.
I agree.
I just really thought back to that because a lot of people were arguing online. Why didn't Iris go home? Iris was put in the middle of an abusive relationship. Amaya seemed like she tries hard, but was willing to put herself and really commit to any relationship that she would probably find herself into, and she'd be willing to try, which she did prove herself to.
But
I don't think people like the idea of.
do you
Oh,
feel
sorry.
Amaya being like this girl's girl? Because honestly, Amaya's probably like the only girl's girl that's like strict about it. Do you feel like her being so strict in discipline, with her being a girl's girl, it's actually she's not being seen as competition to the other girls?
Yes, I can see that. I think it's also in the combination of how most of the everybody sees how men kind of perceive her and how they kind of treat her. I don't think they would see her as competition in that case.
Badly. And I which is why I just want women to understand, like, no, she doesn't need to change when it comes to her personality. It's just boundaries. Really, it's like basic things like boundaries, not being so open, because again, some of it is protection. Like her not being so clingy and so open, it's like she shouldn't latch on to just every guy because can it cause her to have a consistent pattern of very painful experiences, and that tends to affect her self-esteem. So it's like one of those situations where it's just like I feel like constructively she could be a little more preserving of her energy and not latching on so quick. And I think she kind of gets jumps the gun and she kind of gets ahead of herself a little bit. But I'm also seeing too that her loyalty to the girls in the house, she's not seen as a threat when it comes to the other women. And I think that that's something that needs to be talked about as well, because
Yeah.
they're very comfortable with her. And I think the reason why they're overly comfortable with her is because they know that she wouldn't do that.
Hmm.
They
And I
would.
think that's also just giving her like a positive outlook. That's why people definitely
Mm-hmm.
gravitate towards her. I
True.
definitely love her. I
Yeah.
just hope that she takes into account like some kind of social cues when it comes to relationship, when it comes to her interactions with men. Not to dim her light, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely like to reconsider how she approaches relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of like my final thought. Like I always agreed. I didn't agree with Sierra's point on that on one of the earlier episodes, but I definitely thought that Hannah didn't seem trustworthy to keep around.
Yeah.
She kind of gave the same vibe that Pepe does, the way he kind of played over Grayson. You
Man.
know, because that's how I saw it in that earlier episode. I was really thinking like, oh, you cried for Charlie this bad. You didn't leave with him, but you did,
Crazy. That was crazy.
mess with Pepe the next day. So we're like, oh, maybe you're just trying to have fun. You don't look like if you're to stay here, you're here to stay to build the relationship with anybody.
Yeah. And it made me see like how men can have trust issues, because that was crazy. I've
Hmm.
never seen a woman do that. So I was like, oh my God, I could see how men have trust issues. If a woman did all of that and then like the next day, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. So I don't know. It put a lot into perspective. It gave me like the male point of view of why
Hmm.
they have their experiences with women as well. And they say certain things. So I saw it. I don't like it when I see men's point of view because
They're men.
I, but I did see it and I'm like, ooh, so that's what they be talking about. I was like, oh, damn. And it was severe. Did you think how
Hmm.
Hannah was acting was pretty severe? I feel like it was very severe because I
No,
was,
I thought she was doing the most. I feel like that's why they didn't cry when she went home, because there's no way you cry like your man's going to war and then you don't go with him.
it
Like
was
if she cried a little bit, it was crazy. That's how you cry when someone dies. Like that was ridiculous.
to be honest, I thought the way she was crying, I thought there were gonna be like a message that was gonna come across the screen where she was like, Hannah decided to leave the villa. Like, like it was that severe to me where
Yeah,
I
it happens
God.
before. Like other people who have built relationships, if something serious happens to their partner or they really feel like it's worth it to leave, they leave. But you can't cry like that. Like personally, I would vote you out too. Like I wouldn't trust you. You cry like that for one man, the next day you're on to the next one, you're sleeping with the next guy. I wouldn't trust you with
I,
anything.
at all, like at all. So that was crazy. But thank you so much for coming up here and sharing. I'm gonna move on to the next caller.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for all of this, and I'll be in the chat. Bye.
Bye bye. Is it
Hi.
Amy?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Is it Amy?
Oh, Ami. It's
Ami.
short for Aminata.
Oh, it's pretty. It's nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you. What would you like to add?
Okay, so I took some notes. I know you like that.
Yes, I do.
um, I wanted to say, first of all, I learned a lot from the show. I'm an avid watcher of Island. And this season, despite all the negatives in terms of like social media and everything, I think there's definitely a lot to learn, especially when it comes to women and having standards,
Yes.
especially Black women. Like, I'm watching this show and I'm just like, this is how you should navigate relationships. Like,
Yes.
you should definitely have standards. And I know you guys said this before, but like, all these Black women aren't, as far as Shelly and Olandria, they're not giving it up as much as the other women, and I'm not judging the other women for that, but like I think that's the way to go about it is
Mhm.
don't give it up too early. Especially because I feel like even watching the show, the way Nick act with Sierra was is way different than he acts with Olandria, which goes to show like a man can change up based on
The
the
woman.
standards you have for
It's
yourself.
crazy because
It's crazy.
I didn't want to believe in that, but this show is showing me that they can act different with a different woman
Yes.
if she requires it. That is
Yes.
something that really stuck out to me that I'm just like, wow. So it's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as far as Olandria, I think it's important to give her a lot of grace,
Yes.
especially because she had feelings for Taylor.
Yes.
Despite their relationship, us as viewers, we saw it as like one-sided.
Mhm.
And Taylor wasn't given as much effort. Like she had feelings for this guy. So I think it's important for us to keep in mind, like when we get out of relationships that with guys that we have feelings for, like it's hard for us to go into another one and not have our guards up.
It's
And
true.
I feel like Alandria is already like kind of an avoidant person
Mhm.
already, but coming out of a situation like that, like of course she's gonna be more guarded. So like give her grace.
Right, right. That is so true.
Yeah,
And you know what? That shows that she's genuine, that she doesn't just give her energy freely to just any and everyone, that she is taking her time to adjust. Because you're
yeah,
so right. I think it's easy and I catch myself too, right? I say things like, I don't understand why she doesn't leave. It's easy for me to say that when I'm not in that relationship with the feelings and emotions that are attached to being in that relationship.
right.
Have to tell myself that sometimes. Like, it's easy for me to say, just leave, girl, just leave. But it's like, I'm not the one carrying the feelings and the emotions or even the memories and the good times when it comes to that connection. She is. So there is a process with that. There is a transition with that.
Yeah,
Like, that is another reason why I believe in giving Olandria grace because it's going to take her time to adjust. You can't just
yeah,
honestly, I feel like it would show that she's emotionally unstable if she was to just swing from one man to the next, but she's not like
yeah.
I really respect her a lot for that. So, honestly, that's just how I'm seeing it. I don't expect for her to just be so just head over the heels like, okay, it's going to take her time to adjust.
And Alana's smart. She sees how Nick was navigating the relationship with Tiara. Like
Right.
she's not,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Are you still there? Okay, you're back.
Oh, okay. I'm back. Can you hear? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like opening up my door to internet connection. Um, I was saying like Alandria is smart. Like she's seen the way Nick was navigating the relationship with Sierra.
Mhm.
Like Sierra shared that they were intimate. Like she knows she has to have her standards up and she's gonna have her guard up. And as it relates to Olandria, like she's very authentic. She's
Yeah,
herself.
she
And
is.
even with Shelly, like as much as we say like, there's probably gameplay there, like
Mhm.
she's herself as well.
Yeah.
And Amaya. And I think this goes to show, even from like a spiritual standpoint for me,
Mhm.
as it relates to Sierra, like I feel like she wasn't being authentically herself, is very like PR. It goes to show the universe will suss you out. Like if you're not being authentically yourself,
Mhm.
the universe is gonna show you that like
Right.
you're not
Well,
being yourself, you know.
it's gonna attract who you're not.
Yeah.
So that means like you're gonna be in a relationship with someone that you're not really compatible with. This is why it's
Mhm.
important for women to be their authentic self if they're pursuing someone romantically because you want to, or if you're just dating, you want to pursue someone that is actually compatible. But how can you attract? I'm sorry. How can you attract someone that is compatible if you're not being authentic? That's what I'm trying to
Right.
say.
Right.
So yeah, that's a huge takeaway as well. I agree with that. That's a good point.
And I'm gonna have one more point. In terms of like, I don't know if you heard about Ace's best friend on the internet.
I've heard about it. I didn't pay it any mind because I just
Okay.
assumed he was looking for clout. Like, so I don't know what that situation was, but if you wanted to add something to it,
I'm sorry.
because I
Go
know
ahead.
she had issues with Shelly. Like she made a video of
Yeah.
Shelly. I thought it was just a girl looking for clout, so I didn't know
Yeah.
if I should take it serious or not. But go ahead. Did you want to say
Yeah.
something?
I don't know if I should take it seriously as well. I was watching Kim. I forgot her handle on YouTube, but she spoke about it, and Ace's best friend issued an apology. But
Mm.
in my opinion, I didn't think it was genuine because she just made so many videos about Shelly stating like, if Ace brings her around me, I'm gonna beat her up. Like it was just really crazy. And um I actually grew to really like Ace throughout these few episodes because I saw a different side of him.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made me look at him a little sideways because I'm just like, if this is your best friend, like
Are they
why is
really
this your
best
best friend?
friends though? I don't know. I see people throw around best friend too much for me.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
they
that's
really
true.
like
Yeah.
friends for real? Or I'm gonna wait for him to come out the villa, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna address that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And the last, sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the last thing I would say is like, I just hate to see like Shelly and Olandria getting so much hate. Like, it's just really sad to me. They're losing so many followers, and like, even when last season's cast, I forgot, Serena and Janae, uh I forgot her name, but they started following Olandria, and people were just under their pages like it's the hood rats. Like they were just like, don't, why you following her? Like they're awful, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, this season has really taught me a lot about just preserving your energy when it comes to strange, like just when it comes to relationships. I'm a little bit more like, okay, I really need to be careful who I let into my space because the world we live in, it's yeah.
I
But
remember I said it's
yeah,
black women versus everybody.
yes, it's crazy.
This is why
But
you
I'm gonna support them no matter what. Like I'm gonna support them because
yeah, I literally said
yeah,
the same. I was like, okay, well, since the viewers want to make it about race, let's make it about race.
yeah,
I'm for Olandria and Shelly. It's really that simple.
yeah,
It's really that simple. And I was going for Amaya because I relate to Amaya on a very personable level. Like I have a speech impediment. People misunderstand me. I'm intuitive. I'm an empath. I don't want to play games with people. I don't have a poker face. Like I don't like that type of stuff. So
yeah,
I was leaning more towards Amaya because I really resonated with her in a lot of different ways. But when people started making it about race, then I was
yeah,
like, okay, I can make it about race. So I'm for Olandria and Shelly. It's just that simple for me. It's not hard. It's not a hard decision at all.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
simple. So it is what
And
it is.
the positive about this season is like, I said, I've been an avid watcher of Love Island. Like this is the most, like everywhere I look, I see black people. Yes.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
it hasn't been like that before. So yeah, I love that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming up
Thank
here and
you. Thank you. Bye.
yes, I have a speech impediment. Sometimes people clock me every now and then. I talk about my earlier childhood upbringing, and it was very rough for me. I was in speech classes, reading classes, and everything because I had a really bad speech impediment, and I had to get tutoring. On Saturdays, my mom would take me to this lady, and she would sit with me, and we would do basically just speech class. It was speech class. That's pretty much what it was. Second grade, my speech teacher, her name was Miss Washington. She was a black woman. I'll never forget her. Second grade, still remember it because she was very stern. She was really hard on me because I was in a classroom full of Hispanic kids because I was the only black kid in the class. And so she was very hard on me. And I used to think that she would pick on me at times, but now as an adult, I understand like why she was so hard on me. And honestly, she was probably like the best thing that ever happened to me. So I had a lot of help. I had a lot of support. My mom got me help. Well, my parents got me help. My teachers helped me. So like if you feel like you don't hear the speech impediment, well, give thanks to Miss Washington, my parents, my mama that would take time out of her day to take me on Saturdays to get the extra help and care that I needed. So when it comes to Amaya, she really touches me in that way. She really does. And I was leaning towards her more. I'm not gonna lie. But when the internet started to make it about race, I was just like, oh hell no. So we're not doing that. Okay, well then I'm gonna just vote for Olandria and Shelly. And like I said, I have my red flags for Nick. Not gonna lie. Shelly and Ace, I question their intentions when it comes to the show. But when people make it about race, I'm just like, why are y'all making it about race when it's not about that? This is about love. So that's just my stance. Who Lex? You have muted yourself. I don't know if you're aware that you're on mute, but if you would like to go ahead and add, just let me know. I don't know. She may have stepped away. I think Amaya's speech impediment, I don't even know if it's really a speech impediment because English is not her first language. So we'll see. Lex,
Hello,
there?
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This is my first time calling in, so I'm really excited. But when I heard you sharing your perspective or like your thoughts of Amaya and Brian,
Mhm.
I decided to join because you're like the only person that I've seen be honest about how fishy Brian is moving.
Oof.
Like a lot of people on social media are just like, oh my God, he understands her so well, and I'm rooting for them. These are my winners. And I'm like, pause. We just saw how fishy Zach was moving.
Mm.
Like, so why are we so quick to automatically give Brian the thumbs up? I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% sold on it. So I'm happy that you shared your thoughts and you were feeling similar about the way that he's moving.
Well, think about it though. Like you have Chris, Zach, and Brian. I just felt like thinking about how they came in later.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know. It's something about that clique that I just don't really trust. I actually don't trust this clique more than I trust Nick and Ace. I trust Nick and Ace more than I trust this new clique. I don't know why. I just That's just what I'm sensing with them. There is
Yeah, I
there's a static
mhm.
sound in the back. I don't know if it's like, are you on
there there is a static. I don't know what is either. Is it still
okay,
there?
we're good. I think we're good. Are you using like your phone? Are you using headphones or something like that?
Let me turn my headphones off. I am using my phone, girl. I'm literally in the car. I was like, oh, let me join.
Okay.
So
It's gone now.
better.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no, it's back.
okay. I still hear this static, so I know that's probably aggy to everybody. So I guess I'll just kind of leave my thought at there because that static is I don't know what to do with that
It
static.
like comes and goes. It seems like I'm not really sure
For
what.
me, it's whenever you talk.
Oh, for me it's for whenever you talk. I wonder what that's about. Hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea. Um, Let me see. Yeah, I
Okay.
turned off my headphones and everything. Let me make sure.
Okay.
Let me see. Is it better? Phone disconnected. Girl, shut up. I'm sorry. I'm on the car.
Yeah. Maybe I should mute myself. You go ahead and finish your talking points. I'm gonna mute and see if that helps.
Okay. Okay. Um, but yeah, I agree with the new clique, the Casa boys. Um, Even Elon was just he clearly was just trying to get in where he could fit in. I didn't really see it for him and Sierra like that. I don't know where everybody else was seeing. I didn't see it like that. Um, Chris was also moving interesting. I don't think Huda I think Huda was definitely annoying and she was doing a lot in the last episode with the baby challenge. But when he told her, shut up, like a lot of people were like, oh, it's playful. And I'm like, I don't play like that.
They are saying it's
I don't play.
playful.
I'm sorry.
They're saying that it was playful.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, he was just playing. Like, I think it's because people don't know how to not care for somebody, but also realize when they're being done wrong or something. Because we've seen Huda antagonize the guys and the girls a little bit and whatever. So people are having a hard time understanding that, like, okay, she might have been doing too much, but he also was acting crazy. And it's weird because they were able to do that with Huda and Jeremiah. So I think they want so desperately for Huda to have redeemed herself and to vote for Huda and Chris that they're just like, y'all are doing too much. Everything right now is y'all are doing too much. Even when she was doing the whole baby thing, it was all y'all are doing too much. She's not mad. She's upset. I literally saw a comment that said that with like thousands of likes. She's not mad. She's upset. And I'm like, oh, we're playing cement. Like everything, I don't know what is going on with these people that are watching Love Island, but it's insane the way that other people are perceiving the show, the interactions. And then when I hear sane people like you, I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one because this is crazy.
It has. I'm gonna have to put you on a mute because of the static for me to talk. But it is crazy. But I think the reason is because a lot of the viewers are kids.
Mm. That makes a lot of sense. Jeremiah was on live, and I don't really watch his lives, but somebody made a point about like the Nick Olandria edits and whatever, asking him his opinion. And I know it's kind of like a baseless accusation, but somebody was like the people that are calling in asking him about Huda and asking him about the show sound young. And I don't know what I sound like on the mic. I don't listen to myself that often, but I'm not that young. I'm definitely not a teenager. So I try to take it with a grain of salt, but I am kind of like, like that's a point that I kind of noticed, but they for sure I think are pretty young. I try not to go too much off of profile pictures on social media, but sometimes when I see something crazy, I am a little bit more inclined to click on their TikTok profile or whatever, and I'm like, okay, you know, this definitely looks like a teen or at least some inexperienced young adult.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got inexperienced young adults. And honestly, when I was their age, this was the type of content that I was into. So I knew when I decided to react to this show that it was going to be more for my younger demographic on my YouTube channel. And I made sure to react to Ashanti and Nelly to give my older demographic content as well, because I didn't expect for this to take up so much of my time. Like, honestly, I did not know that this season or this show was like 30 something episodes. I didn't really know what I was signing up for. So I had to make sure that I reacted to Nelly and Ashanti because that's like for the older crowd on here. But honestly, this show, honestly, I feel like all age ranges can really learn from this show. There's a lot of takeaways, honestly, for everyone. So doesn't matter what age group you are a part of. Like, the people are on the show young, but honestly, like, this show is for pretty wide range as far as like what you can take away from. It doesn't matter what age you are. So I agree.
And that's why I had to hop on here and give you your praise, because the way that you're looking at the relationships between men and women, and then looking at the relationships racially, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is saying, don't call Huda Palestinian. Like, everybody can acknowledge when maybe Huda, or when somebody is saying that Huda is like white adjacent or like white passing, everybody can acknowledge that. But when we're talking about the dynamics of the fans, or the dynamics between or how Huda has reacted to Shelly and Alandria versus Hannah and Iris, or Hannah and whomever, it's like they can see that difference, or they can't see that difference, I guess. So I just appreciate how, like, we all know this is fun. Like, we are not supposed to take it too serious. But if we're going to go there, like, let's go there and let's be honest. So I definitely appreciate, like I said, the whole Amaya and Brian thing. I was in this last episode and they didn't move me. I don't think they should have gone to the hideaway. I think that was production giving what they think the fans wanted to see. And I was just kind of like, okay, we gonna keep egging this on. We'll see what happens outside of the villa with everybody in their connections.
Mm-hmm.
But I was definitely like, okay.
Yeah, you could tell production wanted that, but they gave Ace and Shelly the s'mores date. So I kind of saw that kind of coming. And then also, someone burned the cape. Jeremiah doesn't like Nick, but he's friends with Olandria, so he might be conflicted. Thank you for pointing it out, because that is true. I can actually see that, because he probably felt ganged up on when it came to Taylor, Ace, and Nick. So I can see that. Thank you for inputting that, because I can see it that way. Lex, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
I muted myself, so hopefully there wasn't any static while you were talking. But no, that's all. Like I said, I just wanted to show some praise because finally somebody has some sense, if I
Thank
have to
you.
put it that way.
So sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming up here and sharing. You have a nice one,
Yeah,
okay?
you're welcome. Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Okay. I felt like this show was really good. I felt like Ashanti and Nelly, their situation is like your typical uh, it's your typical baby boy and Yvette. You know what I mean? Like it's your typical, This though is it's different. Um just a lot of societal structures and I don't know, it's just it's psychology, it's sociology, it's friendship dynamics, it's romantic dynamics, it's cult like dating and culture today. It's just a lot of different things. It's layered. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Whereas Ashanti and Nelly is like it's you've seen this before. I mean, I've never seen a gambling addiction and people downplaying that, but I've seen this before. But with the show, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Olandria has gone on a roller coaster ride. Shelly has really represented how to date and explore your options and be open. She's a very open person, and she also knows when to reel it back in. And I just really like that about her. But then also Amaya, I mean, there's a lot that you can learn if you're the type of woman where you become very clingy and attached too soon, too quick, and that kind of exposes you to heartbreak very easily. So it's just one of those situations where it just depends. You could take a lot away from this. For Olandria to get love, she had to become more selfish. If Olandria wouldn't have became more selfish, she was never going to get love. And so that's another thing that I wanted to point out. There's a lot that you can learn. There's a lot that you can learn. And even if Olandria and Nick don't make it in the real world, I still like how everything is being played out on the show. Does that make sense? Like at the end of the day, it's entertainment, it's whatever. It doesn't have to work outside of the villa, right? But the representation that I'm seeing for Black women on the show, it just makes me so proud of us. Like this is a win for us. They are making us look good. They are making us look really, really, really good. And even though we're getting hate, it's expected. It's expected. Hello? You got to know. I mean, all this hate and it's the racism is coming out. It's truly expected. So I wouldn't take too much of that, to I wouldn't internalize that stuff too much, right? I feel like you should recognize it and acknowledge it for what it is, but I don't feel like you should take it on and be like insecure or to look at yourself. I don't know, any different. I just feel like keep it, acknowledge it, and continue to show up and to put in more work. This when you compare the statue that they created to this show, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. Because the way they were trashing Black women with the statue, and then they're trying to trash Shelly and Olandria, but it's like you can't. They are loved by the people in the villa. You can't trash them. It's impossible. You can trash a statue that can't speak, can't talk. Saying that a statue has an attitude is insane to me. But then you see two women that are being loved on. You're seeing two women that are looked up to and admired. People come to them for support and advice. So you can't really say they have an attitude, but you're gonna try. You're gonna try to say that they're mean girls. But I mean, I wouldn't expect anything different because you tried to say that the statue in Times Square had an attitude. That's crazy. And that's when I was like, am I tripping? How can an attitude have, how could, no, I'm sorry. How can a statue have an attitude? That's crazy. But even when it comes to this show, Olandria and Shelly are mean girls. I'm just like, Black women, you can't win. You wasn't going to win with the statue. And you going to win on this reality TV show. You are. But with the statue, you wasn't gonna win that because the statue can't even defend itself. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those situations where it's just crazy. So there's a lot of trolling, and another thing too. It's like the colorism and the racism is so loud. Like, I'm like really taking a step back because I thought we were stepping in the right direction, right? With colorism, racism in this country. But clearly I'm wrong. Like, I'm wrong. And I should have known in the election what was tea, but it's just not shocking at all. None of this is shocking to me. So I don't know. It's just crazy. But I'm here for it. Since everyone wanted to make this about race, let's make it about race. Please vote for, and yes, this is a Black woman platform. Please vote for Olandria and Shelly. I really don't care who you vote for, but just vote. Make sure it's one of them two. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go for Olandria because I want her to win. She's had a very tough experience on the show dealing with that Dusty Taylor, so that's who I'm leaning towards. But as long as you just vote for one of the two Black girls on the show, I'm gonna be happy. I don't care. It is what it is. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming up here and speaking and giving your opinion and your perspective on the show. And I will definitely be back for the next one. Please give this video a thumbs up. Help your girl out with the algorithm. And again, I'll see you in my next one. Right. We rooted for everybody Black, period, except for Taylor. Okay. Clark, I'm sorry, girl. I think you're a sweet girl, but Taylor, and also before we go, I don't think Clark liked Taylor like that. But hey, we rooting for everybody Black but Taylor. Okay. Gotta go. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day.